Only when there's gravity.
Sorry, only when there's gravity. So you're just going to beg the question of this non-force. Sorry, why on earth would you beg the question of this, gravity, when, number one, mass does not attract mass. That is 106 years out of date. And the current rhetoric of gravity, Einsteinian bending pseudo-force space, isn't a force.
If I put an aircraft in a ballistic trajectory...
Who gives a shit? We're talking about gas. I'm still yet to get an answer where you get the pressure. You said gas will press on me. I'm on the ground. Gas pressure. Where'd you get the gas pressure from?
Gravity.
No, gravity's not a force. Gravity is things going down. Gas does not do that. It's about the 8th time I've told you.
Gas does do that.
Oh, gas go down, go boom, boom. Like bouncy balls. So which gas is produced in the sky?
Which gas is produced in the sky?
Yeah, to go down.
I have no idea how...
None of them, you fucking clown.
Say that again, I didn't hear you.
None of them are produced in the sky and coming down like fucking rain. Gas isn't produced in the sky. It's produced at ground level and makes its way up. Up, not down. It's coming out of the fucking ground and going up. It's not coming down like rain. It's not produced in the fucking clouds. Gas is going up from ground level, not down. Understand that it's coming out of the ground and going in all directions away from the ground where it was produced.
Agreed.
Right, so it isn't going down then, you fucking idiot. We haven't got pools of helium.
We have pools of helium at the...
No, we fucking don't.
Yes, we do.
Oh, really? Where do we find these pools, puddles of helium? Show me a picture of one.
Spread evenly over the... Well, it's invisible, so it's a bit hard to take...
Sorry, invisible pools of helium?
We have pools of helium...
Are you high right now?
Well, it's invisible.
You unlock this door with the key of
retardation.
Beyond it is another dimension. You're moving into a land of
bullshittery.
You've just crossed over into
the numpty zone.
You are so dumb. Damn.
Hey, welcome to the show, guys. Got a great one lined up for you today. It's start not just A-OK, because Discord is down. That's right, you heard it first right here. Discord is down. Of course, it happened like 3 minutes ago. But, hey, we'll make it happen. As usual, if you'd like to support this channel, there are PayPal and Patreon links in the info box below. Got some people on Skype, I think. I try to garner up some support. Let's see what we got. Let's see if the beautiful Betty Van Velsen, are you out there, ma'am?
Yes, and I'm the only one.
Uh-oh.
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 Yeah, Adam was here for a little bit, and he said that he was expecting to eat some tea, as you know.
Yes.
And he said a quick hello, and he said he wanted to be with his wife this evening. So I think that we gonna miss him, unfortunately.
He wants to be with... I'll deal with him on a personal level. Let's see. Yeah. There'll be a couple people upset if I don't try to pull them in here. Let's go with Skype. And...
Pull who in?
Say again?
Pull who in?
I don't even see him on here. Neil?
Neil. Oh, yeah.
Can you add
He
Neil?
might be in. Yeah, let me see if I have him. I don't know.
I don't think
He's in
it's.
another chat, isn't he?
I don't think it's not giving me a choice to add him.
No, you might not have him in a private thing, right? How do we do that, huh?
Oh, I got him.
Can we? Oh, you got him.
Yeah.
Good.
I found him.
I wondered if you can post a link maybe to add.
Post a link to BALLBUSTERS.
Hey, there's Neil. Yeah. No, a link from BALLBUSTERS to other places
All right.
to come in.
Yeah, that well, when you find out what that is, you let me know. Neil.
He's muted.
Yeah, I know he is.
Yeah, what's up? I'm good.
We got you. Good. Yep.
Yeah, Discord is down, Neil. Have you heard? There's a malfunction, I think.
I
think it's the Russian invasion. It's the Russian invasion.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not, because you'd understand why Discord is down. I think it's reached a point of maximum stupidity, and when it reaches, it shuts down automatically. It's like an algorithm, because let me tell you something, folks. If you've been in Betty's server, a shout out to Betty's server, for the past, it's gotten real heavy for the past, week. But if you've been in there for the past 8 weeks, it is stupidity at a level that I didn't think would ever be reached. The wheels have come off these numpty dipshit window lickers. They just completely come off. You have to witness it. I can't describe it to you accurately. I don't think there are words in the English language that can encapsulate the utter wittery going on. We have grown adults that don't know what circles are. Most of these are educated. You didn't even have to be educated. They don't know what circles or straight lines are. I'm not kidding you. So go in there. That's why Discord shut down. I couldn't handle it anymore.
The argument's got this argument has them scrambling. Seriously.
We can officially say, I know I've mentioned this before, but the wheels have come off the Globetard Goober bandwagon. You don't believe me? Head on in there. You can't get in there. Well, you can get in there. You just can't type or say anything. So, but you can scroll back.
I can't get in.
Say again?
I can't go in there. It's like keeping turning and trying to do something.
Trying to do something.
Yeah, trying to get in, right? You get that sort of like turning the Discord icon the whole time. So I can't get in.
You can't even get into the application. Did you try the other route?
No.
Right. Yeah,
I know that the Discord status is like not good.
I don't think it would matter anyway.
It says major outage. So
is that what it says?
Yeah. I think
due to Baltard utter stupidity.
Well, I think they have to play anonymity on us with that.
Yeah, because I think that's not a hypothesis. It's a strong postulate. I just go in there. Sometimes I won't even say anything. I'll just scroll back in the posts and just I'm in awe. I'm awestruck by the utter stupidity. I'm serious, folks. It's really bad. Can I give any examples? I saved some of them. I just can't get to them right now. But it's typical, they don't know what a circle is. They don't know what a straight line. I don't know whether this topic came up in there. I heard it somewhere. I just can't place it. It was about 3 days ago. And the conversation was going on. It was between a couple baltards and a flat earther. And I think the flat earther more or less proved that the Earth's flat. No question about it. There's no way of getting around it. And the baltard said, well, you see, all we have to do is change the axioms. I was sitting, I couldn't believe I heard it first. So he said it again. We have to change, the baltards have to change the axioms. Well, that is one of the stupidest comments I've ever heard, number one. I'm going to tell you why. If you define what an axiom is, it's a self-evident truth. So if you substitute the definition for the word and then restate his comment, we have to change self-evident truths. That's what I'm talking about, people. This is what I'm talking about. But you have to witness for yourself. Just can't take my word for it, right? Because I could be untrustworthy. Just let me tell you something, folks. The wheels have definitely come off. That's it. It's game, set, and match, man. Now you just sit back and laugh. Because just let them talk. That's what we got. Sorry to go on with that. How are you, Betty?
Well, a little bit distraught about the whole Discord thing.
Well, you just blame the baltards for stupidity. That's all you need to do. It's not your fault.
Yeah, well, I like my Discord working so that we at least can show the stupidity of people.
Yeah, now it's been down for a while because I went in there and I wasn't commenting to a baltard boob. I was commenting to a flat earther. I posted in there and my post came back red. And with, just pure, the text was all in red. And it didn't give me the usual options on the side. You know, the ... on the side. It has many options you can do to the post. You know what I'm talking about. But this time it didn't. It was red. And then it had a little circular button. I said, what in the world is going on here? And that was somewhere in the vicinity of 12:15, my time, Central Time. I think. Let me try to pull it back up again. Now the application. The application pulls it, so it was. I was close. 12:19.
Yeah. It's 7 hours later here, so that's about correct. Yeah.
I'll show you guys what I mean here in a second. Oh, I'm on the wrong presentation screen. No wonder.
Mm-hmm. Well, some people in the chat say, well, my Discord server isn't either working. They can't get, that won't open. Others say that Flat Earther and some other guy called the fraction of light are in Discord, in the voice channel. So yeah, we got some problems here.
Is it just yours?
It could be Dutch, but it could be also Europe versus United States. I don't know.
All right, folks, I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to show them. So you see right down here? So this is at 12:19.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
And then show your screen in Skype also, because it gives me a lag here.
Okay. That's piling more work on my computer.
Yeah. Well, then we can have a easy exit.
Okay, just give me a second. So this is what I'm talking about, folks. This is what it's doing. Sorry to go into the admin part, but it's important. All right. Let me see if I can share screen in Skype.
Can you see people in the BALLBUSTERS chat? No, huh?
We're having all kind of technical difficulties. I wonder. Okay, tell me.
It's not us. It's not us. It's Discord.
All right. Is it working?
Yep, I see it. Yeah, thanks.
All right. So that's what's going on, folks. Let me check other Discord servers. Let me try it. Nope. Down. Oh, I just went to 24/7. It's down. So you're not the only one.
Can't see any people in there, right?
I do see people in voice.
Yeah.
However, I
And that's
just
strange.
I just typed a message in there and it came back red. So I don't know. Maybe they can do it in VC, but you can't even get in.
No. If you because I left because I wanted to change something in Discord. I thought, well, maybe I need to reboot my computer, and so I exited out of Discord, and now I can't come back in. So.
Now you can't get in at all, right? Yeah. Like I said, I could still get in and yeah. Okay, it's toast for right now.
For right now.
Was it last week or the week before that it dropped us out of there?
It dropped you, I think.
Oh, it just dropped me. That's right. Was it last week or was that the week before?
If this would have happened in your earlier days, then you would like be in total panic.
So, you've noticed that my how should we say my YouTube acumen proficiency has gone up exponentially.
But also, yeah, I think so, yeah.
Because folks, this was high pressure, right? The show was just getting ready to start. Of course, I had a couple things I had to take care of right before the show. It always happens that way. Even if I plan, nothing to happen. So I said, okay, I'm in pretty good shape. So I sat down. First, OBS had the update again. Right? I'm there. Okay, I'm getting used to this. All right, I'll update it. No problem. Then I go into Discord, and Neil's sitting in there, and we were talking to each other, and then boom, he goes, he starts roboting it. I go, oh, man. Right? So time is ticking, and I'm wondering, where's Betty at? And I said, I know this is a very interesting story, so I know you guys are on the edge of your seats. I said, where's Betty at? Nowhere to be found. I looked down. Well, I copied that message and sent it to Betty in Skype. She goes, Discord is down. We're going to have to go to Skype. When she said that, I looked down at the clock. It said 12:58. So that leaves me 2 minutes before the show starts, right? I'm like, And usually, like Betty said, if this was back in like the beginning, I'd have been through. But
Absolutely.
I'm like, okay, I'll just roll with the punches here. Let's get everyone in Skype and try to roll that way. And boom, I think I was on time. I may have been like 10 seconds late.
No, that's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad. How you like that, Nathan Oakley? And we're talking shop. How you like that, too? It's pretty soon. We're going to get into food.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we might need to get sort of a plan working so that we have a safety plan in place.
Isn't
right?
this our safety plan, our backup?
Yeah, but we need to, if it's an open panel, there should be an open panel, right?
Yeah, but the open panel is limited. Go ahead.
Okay. No, I thought I saw Brian, but he left again. He came up and he went away. So yeah, we need to have a safety plan. I mean, I think that Nathan has that Zoom link, right? So that you can spam the Zoom link in some places and get people over there then, or put it underneath your video, right? So that people can join that way.
This is the backup plan. It's called Skype.
Yeah, but we need an open panel and we need to have people in here, right?
We do have people in here.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, that's... Nah, I don't think so.
Open panel is that everybody can join, right?
Everybody
can
right?
join. Yeah, but not in Skype.
Yeah, not in Skype. That can't happen. So maybe we'll come up with that emergency plan you're talking about next Sunday, 2 weeks from now.
Oh, Oh, I knew you were gonna do that.
Yeah, I just go with Skype. They'll
And
get
you're
it.
always afraid of new stuff. That's for sure.
Are you saying I'm afraid?
Yeah, you're afraid. Usually when I call you out, you just like,
You didn't call me out. I just told you what we're gonna do.
yeah, 2 weeks from now, next Sunday, which doesn't exist.
Because this is a good backup plan. Okay, we can't get everyone that was in Discord, right, in. I'll tell you what. Let me try something here. I'll show you how afraid I am.
Good.
Let's see, because I seen Flat Arthur in Discord. Let's see. Because I did see Flat Arthur before in Skype.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if he'll pull up. I don't know what it takes for somebody. Oh, Brian joined. I don't know what it takes for somebody to populate your add to call list. Do you know?
I think you just need to know the names and add them to the call.
No. When you hit add to call, sorry, this is very interesting. I know you're on the edge of your seat. When you hit add to call in a Skype group, you have a limited, that is definite number of people that you can add. Follow?
Yeah, because those are the ones probably that you have a personal interaction with.
What counts as a personal interaction?
Like a one-on-one, not a group, right? So if you call the group, you get the people of the group, right? And you can add your people that you know to the call, right? But then those people you know one-on-one.
Now, I've got people in
So,
this.
Superchat.
Hold on. No, you were period. You were finished. I got people in this list, right, that I haven't had any personal contact with.
Okay.
That's what I was asking. Tony Wickham. I see a super chat. How the
Yeah, me too.
go? You want to do it, Betty?
No.
No.
You already started it.
All right. How the frick? Good word. Can water bubbles travel in the opposite direction on the opposites on a ball? This is a riddle. How the frick can water bubbles travel in the opposite direction on the opposites on? Yeah, I see where you're going. They can't. Yeah, you got it. Thanks for the super chat.
Gravity.
Yeah, I got you. Too funny.
Gravity.
Gravity. Oh,
I
that
think
was the
that's
topic.
a long time ago that we said that word.
That was a topic earlier today. It looks like after they decided they didn't know what circles or triangles were, they shifted to gravity this morning. So that was the big discussion today, was gravity. Guess how I stopped it? Guess it went on for a while. Guess how the conversation ended?
Probably with something like take a rest and come back 3 days later or something.
Nope.
Or apply your wares elsewhere. Or...
Nope. You already had your choice. Go ahead and simmer down. Anyone in chat? Hello out there. Give me a positive, negative. Can you hear me out there? Lost 1. This is lost 3. Or you lost 2 over? Radio check. Give me something in chat out there. Come on. Hit me with it now. Got 4 viewers out there. Type something in chat, for goodness sakes. 5x5, Michael Kahn, thank you very much. Now, let me go. Hold on, we got some more technical difficulties. I hear it. Good. Let me go try to chase those guys down in Skype. This has been a lot of fun already. All right. Join call. What in the heck is this screen? All right, join.
Listen, I don't have a lot of money, but
Hey.
what I do have, I think I should get it out of the
Hey,
bank.
there he is.
Hey.
Hey.
You trying to scare us, Kiwi?
Nah, I'm telling you, we got serious technical difficulties. I don't know what happened there. My PC's working fine. It just shut down.
Hmm.
Let's just get
And Brian's connection is bad with Skype. He's going in and out, and Discord is squirrely. So
No, Discord's not squirrely. Discord's down. Something's going on out there in internet land.
I think Discord is now good because I see I can come in now. Suppose. Yeah, I'm in Discord now.
You're in Discord now?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
Let me see if I can enter there.
All right.
Yeah, I can voice connect there. So
You can voice. Okay, listen, we're going to shut down Skype. We're all headed to Discord.
Okay.
This is great.
Okay.
This is great. Let's do it.
See you there.
Later.
Later.
All right, guys, we're going to try to head to Discord. Give me a moment. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, Tony, we're FooBar, man. Discord. See if they got their act together. Okay, let's... Uh-oh. It's not letting me into Discord. We should have stayed in Skype. Oh, brother. Yeah, it's not. Discord's not pulling up. Unbelievable. So it looks like it's retrying in 5, 4, 3, 2. I've never seen that screen in my life. Uh-oh. We might be in. Oh, yeah. Oh, it doesn't look right, though. This is all screwed up, guys. Let's try again. I ain't getting anything in here. Hold on. I'm going to try to join the chat. All right, radio check 1212 Discord.
Yeah, I hear.
Oh, lucky. You know, my avatar's not even showing up.
You're like a little bit robot-y for me, but
Yeah,
maybe that will change.
it's bad. Discord would not pull up for me.
Yeah. I saw you're not in there. Maybe you should have checked that first before you shut down the whole thing. It's gonna be a great show, isn't it?
I think we're going to be headed back to Skype.
Yeah, could be.
Hold on a
Right.
second. Let's see if everything's working okay. Brian, radio check.
1, 2, radio check.
How you guys hearing Brian out there? Yeah,
It's a
it is,
little low.
Tony, it's FooBar. I'm telling you, this is really, really bad. You should see my Discord screen. It's a joke.
Yeah, well, I think they are trying to get it back on, right?
Yeah. Doing a piss poor job of it, I'll tell you that much.
Well, your voice gets better now. It's not less robot-y.
All right, let me see how it's looking. I'm still missing a bunch of stuff. My avatar's gone. A lot of the Discord groups I have on the left, I don't have a lot of them. I just have a few. Some are there, some aren't. There's holes in it.
Yeah, well, it's just the outside look of it. It means that it's still working on the voice channel, so that we have to be like glad that we have that. Huh?
Yeah, let's be thankful for what we have, is what you're saying.
Yeah. The only thing that is missing is like Nathan saying, "You may begin."
Yeah, where is he?
I haven't seen him yet.
Yeah, I have to say them.
Some person says audio good. Audio good.
Audio's good? Good. Yeah, and for Skype also. So we should be good to go. Let's roll until we crash again.
Yeah. All right.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I have to admit that screen, when I hit Discord, I've never seen that screen pop up where it said checking for updates and wouldn't let me in. I've never seen that screen before as long as I've been in Discord. Not once.
Okay.
Yeah, just so you know.
Well, everything is a first.
Yep, and it's still bad. Now I can't see anything in the chats. It's all disappeared.
Yeah, for me it's here now, and that was previously I couldn't even see anything. So.
Yes. Okay. Wonder what's going to happen next.
Well, hopefully you have some content to present.
Oh, goodness gracious, content now.
Because that's what people are watching for and listening to.
She's saying, folks, she's saying that because she got inside information that there wasn't going to be, I wasn't presenting today, right? So she knows that. So now she's going to take advantage of that fact. Right? What are friends for? Other than to know your weaknesses and then exploit them.
Well, they have to know that you're only human, John. So.
Yeah.
You're not really a robot, are you?
I am not a robot.
Okay, good. Although you are a Terminator.
Or putting fed content, spreading the love. Yeah. Tony says John Thor. Who's that? Putting fed content, FED content up, spreading the love. Yeah, I've got some sound bites with absolute numpties that I share with you guys just for the beginning of QE live shows. So you could enjoy them as much as I can. Speaking of Thor, let me tell you something. I was eating breakfast. It was yesterday. And, just typical breakfast, eggs and bacon and toast with mounds of butter on and milk, ice cold milk. I'm sitting here. I was listening to something. I don't think, I was in Nathan's stream. I wasn't saying anything. I went on mute because I'm eating breakfast. I come down with the power of Thor, and I know you guys have all done this, on the back of my tongue. I'll tell you what, boy, tears were in my eyes. I said,
is that your teeth?
I thought I chopped it off.
Oh, I hate that.
And then Nathan closed out the show.
I don't get it. What happened exactly?
I bit my tongue.
You bit your tongue?
Yeah, while I was chewing. We've all experienced this, right?
Sideways or on the front?
Sideways.
Oh.
Like I said, I come down with the hammer of Thor on that bacon. Oh, I'll tell you what. It's still 2 days ago, because your tongue recovers quickly from insults, if you ever know that, because it sheds.
Thank God. Thank the Lord.
Yes. It sheds those surface epithelial cells, right? Real fast. But I still have remnants. I can feel it back there. That's how much of the power of Thor I come down on it with.
The thing is that usually when that happens, it's like happening more, because it seems that if you once chewed your tongue, right, on a certain place, that it's sort of like elongated that way, and then you tend to do it again. Or on your cheek. Have you had that you chewed on your cheek?
No. I don't bite my cheek. Who bites their darn cheek?
On the inside, right?
No.
Yeah.
I've done that, Betty.
Yeah. See, it's not that ridiculous.
How the hell you bite the inside of your cheek? What are you sucking the sides of your cheek? And that's anatomically impossible.
It happens from time to time, and then it gets into a sort of a bulge there, and then you tend to even chew it more and more.
What do you got? What you got? Shark teeth?
No, the sharks only have it from the front.
Yeah, there's kind of a build up of like gristle starts in there. bit when you bite, and it keeps building up, so you end up biting into your cheek more.
You got
Yeah.
you got calluses on the inside of your cheek?
Oh. It seems that our little contemporary never had bit in his cheek, but he did bite his tongue. Well, that's good, because that's something like humility on him.
Oh, brother. Are you insecure much?
Well, now you are, right?
I'd like to get back to this cheek thing because this is a topic. I'm seriously not following how the hell you bite your cheek. I can't. You need to explain how you do that. Where at? In the front?
No, where are your cheeks, John?
Well, the cheeks circle around your chin, right underneath your chin. But okay, fair enough.
Oh, the cheeks are in the sideways next to your molars on the side, right? And sometimes it happens that you're chewing and certain muscles in your jaws like push your inside of your cheeks in underneath your teeth.
I got to see.
It gets bulgy, and then you tend to even chew it more. It needs to heal up first before you can not do it again.
I'm calling bullshit on this.
No, it's real.
Somebody says inverted cheeks. Let's skip this topic. Let's not.
Just before you do, I actually bit through my tongue when I was younger. I got a kick in the back of the head, and I bit through my tongue.
You got kicked in the back of the head.
Straight through, yeah, straight through my tongue I bit, right? Because I was panting at the time, straight through, and into me gum. But the funny part was later on that night, I tried drinking orange juice.
Oh,
the wrong thing to
God.
do. I ended up on my back in the kitchen. The worst thing I could pick.
I drank some orange juice or ketchup, but why didn't you just pour some salt in there?
Yeah, I don't know. I really gone all the way. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go ahead, Betty.
Yeah, you got a super chat. It's from Tony Whitcomb. He says, "You have a thorn tongue." Thorn tongue. Kiwi. Then kiwi.
Yes, I
Not
do.
a sword tongue, but a Thor tongue.
Yeah, the hammer at Thor. I don't want to go away from this. I think it's a very important topic, probably more important than anything we talked about in the past 3 weeks. Right? Now this cheek thing. Now the cheekbone is up really high. I'm trying to get my tongue up there inside, in between my gums.
Oh, it's not there.
And I'm trying to get up there. Hold on a second.
The cheeks are more than that, right? It's underneath your jaw until your cheekbones, for crying out loud. Those are your cheeks.
I can't get that far up there to my cheek.
The sides of your mouth, in your mouth, right? You have your molars there, and then you have a piece of meat, hopefully, for you, right? It's not that airy there, right? So you have meat there on the side of your molars, right? On the other sides, on the outsides. And that can get underneath or between your teeth in certain places. I don't know how difficult it is to understand.
You don't know how difficult it is to understand. It's really difficult.
For you specifically, because it seems to be a new thing now.
What's a new thing? I missed that part. Go ahead.
What part did you miss?
The difficult part.
How can it be difficult? It's just a question.
Okay, ask it again. Sorry.
How can it be so difficult to understand that you have to have a problem sometimes biting the inside of your cheeks? That's the meat that is on the outside of your molars.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. It's on the outside. The only way you can bite your cheek.
You got the insides of your cheek as well, right?
The insides of the cheek are on the outside of your molars.
Oh.
Exactly. That's why it happens.
Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable.
That was a guttural moan.
Yeah, I give up. It's a communication problem with you and me and my Dutchness. Let's me get out of that way.
Lets me get out of that way.
Yeah.
All right. We're out of it. All right. What you have for dinner?
Pizza.
No way.
Yeah, way. I
Tuna?
didn't bite out of my cheeks this time.
Did you have tuna on it?
No.
What'd you have on your pizza in Dutchland?
It was kind of easy.
Kind of what?
Just-
Spit it out, girl.
Yeah, just like cheese and tomatoes.
Cheese
Like-
and tomato. Oh, just a traditional type. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. Okay, Brian, what type of potatoes did you have? Russet?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I see a person comment in the chat and he says, suck your cheeks, he says, right? So that means that you suck it in and then you bite on your cheeks, right?
I thought
And
we were
he
done
said-
with this topic. I thought we were
Yeah,
done.
I want to just see that other people also get it. Just you don't.
Suck in your Okay, we're back on this topic. KK Westbury. Show me. I don't know how you can show me. I don't know where this could be documented. I want to see somebody bite their friggin' cheek while they're eating.
It's a kind of a
For crying out loud.
a kind of a suction thing happens. It's like as if there's a vacuum being created, and that sucks your cheek in between your teeth, and you bite into it. That's the only way I could describe it.
It must be a European thing because you guys, with the way you talk and stuff, you suck in your cheeks or something. That doesn't. Americans don't have this issue. Go ahead.
No,
Betty is right. Betty is not right. KK Westbury. I want somebody other than I want an American in the chat saying they bite their cheeks while they're chewing food. That never happened to me in my whole darn life.
Maybe you don't call it cheeks, right? You might call it something else, right?
No,
Which I don't know the word about, right?
no. Inside of your cheek, not your cheekbone. You go down a little further. Inside there is part of your mouth, right?
Yeah.
And
But
there,
that part of the mouth you can get between your teeth.
I careless chewing. Michael Kahn said, I'm baffled on how this happens.
Yeah. Well, you got a big mouth. Maybe
So-
you don't feel anything inside there,
So
right?
that don't be ad homing.
Let's see how you respond to that.
Now, Real News said only when I had braces. Now that's a different story.
I had braces.
Only when he had braces did he bite his cheek. That's not the argument. This is without braces, biting your cheek. Americans, have you bit your cheek? I want to see it in chat. Just say yes. You don't have to give any background or pedigree information. I just want to know.
Pedigree
got it.
information.
I got experience.
There's no pedigree in the Americans.
Okay, Lunacy Lander said that they have. You American?
Yeah, that's the thing, huh?
Let me test this out. I got a peanut butter sandwich right here. If it ever was going to happen, it would happen with this.
He says yes.
Okay. Now, I'm going through the procedure of biting down and eating. My cheeks aren't anywhere close.
So point your finger in one of your cheeks, right, in the middle, between your jaws, basically, right? Pull it in so that it comes between your teeth, right, and then bite.
Why the hell would I do that?
Bite it.
Why the hell would I pull my cheeks like a suction while I'm chewing?
Well, for an example, right, how it can happen. It happens.
That's not the natural way to chew.
Yeah, I need to demonstrate how it can happen in a way that you can see what's happening and where it's happening at.
Now,
Right.
that's purposeful.
Yeah. You wanted to see how it could happen? That's the way it can happen.
So KK Westbury said, I can bite the inside of my cheeks. You must have shark teeth right now. Yes, I'm American, born at Fort Bragg. Oh, you're born at Fort Bragg. You tomato head. You guys are listening to me eat that peanut butter sandwich, aren't you? It's tough, man. It's good, but it's tough.
I thought you were practicing pulling in your cheeks and trying to bite them. That's what
No.
I thought you were doing.
It's not going to happen, Brian. It's just that this is the craziest thing. I'm glad we hit on this. I'm going to bring this topic up to a few people on the outside and see what the hell is going on.
You'll end up doing it in your sleep because you'll be thinking about it or something. You'll wake up in pain, biting your cheek. Like you keep telling someone the wrong word and they end up saying it. It's going to be one of those situations.
All right, Brian, what you have for dinner? Let's get this food talk done so we can move on.
I didn't have any yet, but I am going to have a pizza. Sun-dried tomato and buffalo mozzarella pizza. That's what I'm going to have.
Buffalo mozzarella? What the hell?
I think it's just mozzarella. They're just trying to make it sound fancy. And it's just tomato. So basically, it's just a margarita.
So now it's a
So
margarita.
but that's the name they call it, isn't it?
Margarita cheese?
No, if it's cheese and tomato on a base, they just call it a margarita. That's what they always call it here anyway, a margarita.
They call that a margarita there?
That's what they call that pizza, yeah. It's just a basic pizza. Yeah.
What, did I just step off into Bizarro world? What is a margarita?
It's a pizza. It's just a pizza with mozzarella and tomatoes and tomato sauce, whatever. It's like without any other toppings, margarita.
You do understand what a margarita is, you know, the colloquial margarita.
Yeah, it's a cocktail or a drink, isn't it, margarita?
It definitely is. This is just crazy to me.
I don't know where the connection, why it's called a margarita. I just know that that's what it's always been called here. Now, I don't know if they call it that in Italy, but that's what it was called here.
Food talk, arrows for dessert. Yes, XB Black Ice, you're right. I've got arrows on my mind. How'd you know that?
A word of knowledge.
Yeah, I've been thinking about arrows for the past week. That was a good call right there. Yeah. Gonna get some arrow wraps, some custom ones. Betty was all for it. Get some new fletchings. I'm gonna twist those to a 3-degree helical. Now, what I have to do first. So I got to cut off all the fletchings that are on my arrows, get them bare shafted, right? And then get at a target. Before I get to the target, what you do is you mark the center of the nock where you're firing. Get 3 feet away from the target, and you shoot it into the target, and then you go and snatch that arrow, and you look and see if that arrow is clocking naturally to the right or to the left. So you have to be close. You don't want to get too far back where it spins, full rotation. So about 2 or 3 feet away, and you get that natural rotation where the arrow wants to spin. That's the direction that you helical your fletchings. And the reason being is, now, there's no proof of this, but this is just common sense. If the arrow's coming off your bow and it's spinning naturally to the right and you fletch to the left, what will happen is that arrow will come off, and in midstream, about 8 or 9 feet away, while it's spinning to the right, but it wants to spin left, it'll stop spinning and then start spinning the other direction. So it'll knuckleball. You guys follow me with this. This is really important stuff right here.
What is knuckleballing?
A knuckleball is, you ever see a pitcher throw a knuckleball, something that's not spinning?
No.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it moves every which way. It's like, it almost defies physics.
I would say let's go straight.
It doesn't. It moves in crazy, unpredictable directions. Right? So, to get away from we'll spend some more time on knuckleballs on the baseball show. So what happens, that just naturally tells me that I don't want that. That's not a good thing. So what I'll do is I'm going to take each arrow I have, strip all the fletchings off, and then fire each 3 times. I want to make sure each arrow 3 times to see what they call it clocking. So to see what clock direction it goes into. And then I'll just put a little, sticky on it, send right or left, just in case each arrow spins differently. Now, I don't think that'll be the case, but I'm going to make sure of it. I'm going to validate it. So I'm going to fire three times each arrow 2 or 3 feet away into a target, so I'll clock them right. And in case that there's ones that spin that want to play the counterclockwise game or spin to the left, I'll just mark them left, and I'll fletch those arrows left. Follow? Now, I'm going to put a helical on those fletchings too. So there's a certain jig you can use to put a helical, and the stronger the helical, the more spin it'll get, but you don't want to get crazy, right? You don't want to get the tail spinning too fast because then it'll spin out of control. You just want a medium spin so the arrow follows a good trajectory. You guys good with that? Makes sense?
Yeah. Up to speed.
I'm getting custom arrow wraps too. I'm going to put my Quantum Eraser logo on them. How you like that?
Yeah,
that'll be good.
Go ahead. Betty has all kind of opinions on that. Go ahead. Floor is yours,
Sorry,
Betty.
Betty, I want this too.
Oh, no. Yeah, I was not. I didn't notice that you were going off mute. No, he's going to also.
I
have
did
the-
use.
He's back again, Betty.
I
Can't help himself.
One time, the old Japanese one, the longbow in Japan, the whatever they call it in Japan, Yumi. They call it Yumi. I did do that.
Okay, you gonna let Betty speak?
Oh, let him go. It's good.
You want me to show him what the rap?
Sure. Yeah, you need to show that death tormentor of
The tormentor.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna show you which arrow wrap I'm gonna pick, folks. So check this.
Sorry, people. I tried to talk him out of it, but he wanted to have a death skull on that arrow.
Don't try to poison the well, Betty. We're not ready yet.
I think it's already there. Poisoning's already in.
All right. So hold up. I gotta get a good screen so they can see these guys. 1 second.
Somebody says here, arrows are the hottest topic in the debate since streak with no triangles.
That's exactly right. They do understand what I'm talking about. Okay, let's see if I can make this a little bigger so it'll.
And somebody else asks, do you target hunt or just bow hunt?
I do not hunt. I don't kill Bambies.
Just globetrotters.
I just transpan the rats in 3D. So 3D, Betty and I were talking about this. This is the main thing I'm going to be doing, shooting 3D targets. Now, they have courses and they have competitions and stuff. That's where I'm headed. Now, let's keep on the topic of arrow wraps. So here we go. Let's go ahead and cut. There we go. So I'll wait till you guys catch up. And you can see over here, look at the Discord, right? You can see all the avatars are screwy on the side over there, just to let you know.
Oh, yeah, I can see it. Too funny.
Okay, so I showed these to Betty, and I'm looking for a good color scheme. I wasn't actually paying attention to what was on it, so I chose the P17 Reaper. This one right here.
Oh, and it says it already, Reaper. But I wasn't aware of anything. Nothing misses you, John. Come on. You don't miss anything.
Hold on a second. Got peanut butter in my cheeks.
Yeah, don't bite on them.
Yeah. Okay, so what I was looking for at first, I'm just looking for color schemes, right? That's all I was looking for, something that would match what I was going for in my arrow. So I was looking for yellow or gold red, and orange. That's what I was looking for. So I was going through all the wraps. They got thousands of wraps, right? So I'm going through them, each category. I'll show you categories. One second. Right over here, they got tons of categories, right? They got camo, they got Celtic designs, classic fades, flags, fire and flames for the ladies. We ain't going to go over those. Grim Reaper, grunge. You see all these over here. So I went through.
Religious.
They have religious ones. Okay, let's hit the religious ones. Where'd it go?
Downwards with the R, right? It's like a thing.
It's not alphabetical because it has fluorescence right above it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's still more alphabetical than you think.
So there's some examples of what they call quote unquote religious, right? And I didn't really find what I was looking for here. I mean, this is okay, but it's a little dark. I wanted it a little brighter. The King of Kings, it's a good one. So Betty had a problem with Genesis 27:3. So go ahead,
Yeah,
Betty.
it's
What is Genesis?
Esau.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's Esau getting venison for his father Isaac, right?
Right.
You don't want to be compared to Esau, I suppose.
Right, but I don't think that's what they were going for with Genesis 27:3. You said the key word venison, which is deer, right?
Yeah, and who is going for the deer?
Yeah, they weren't all that concerned with that here.
Yeah, well, that's stupid. Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, you can also go for the devil and then say, okay, yeah, but it was just in the text, right? Unbelievable.
Makes perfect sense. Now, I like this one. I just don't like the green. I don't need any green. Okay? So those were off. I couldn't do anything with those.
Yeah. So you got another super chat, by the way.
I'll need it for these arrow wraps.
Yeah. So Unitux Femu, he says, you can't start with Hunt food recipes first.
We already did the food. It was short-lived. It was brief because we've got people in this chat that are biting their cheeks. Unitox Femo, so
Yeah, because we are like hungry, right?
I missed everything.
Oh, I'm sorry, Neil. I thought that you could join us in Discord.
I tried. I just got through now. I guess the Russians freed me.
all right, get out the Russians. Now, we're on Celtic Design. See, it's not going. Remember the colors that I was looking for, right? Red, orange, yellow, and something bright. I want to be able to see my arrows, right? So this is this is Celtic Design. This is pretty weak. I when I seen Celtic, I said, oh, I can't wait to see these. Now, so we'll go to Lightning. Now, some of these are good. Now, this one is good. Right? This one can work. So I'm going to put that on the back burner. I'm only buying 12. It's just sample size. I just want to try them out. I can always go back and because I got tons of arrows that I can do. I just want to try it out. So this one's a player. You see now? You see why I'm going for colors? I just want to give you guys.
Oh no, you weren't. Because otherwise you would have chosen that one and not a Grim Reaper.
Oh boy. All right. So you guys are getting them. And they have fluorescent ones. So
yeah, but you don't like those either.
No. Number one, they're more expensive. Number two, I don't need them. I'm not going to be shooting at night trying to find my arrows.
Glow in the dark arrows.
Yeah. So you hit these with light. Obviously, they brighten up. So I don't need that. So I'm not going to use it.
It might be for hunting, don't you think?
Hunting at night. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, this isn't.
Or in dark places. I mean, if you have this.
It's illegal.
Yeah, it's for poachers.
Okay.
So what the law enforcement does is they'll go into this website and they'll see everyone that buys these fluorescent ones, and they'll put them on a watch list.
Oh, well, I wouldn't hold that past them.
And they fall right for it, right?
That's what I would do, right? If I was game warden or
Oh,
something.
my goodness. Don't give them any ideas.
Betty, do you know why deer freeze up when the lights hit them?
No.
I mean, that's why it's illegal to hunt at night, because the deer freeze up when the lights hit them. They don't move.
Okay.
They just stare right at it until they're shot and dead. That's why when you're driving your car at night and you roll up on a deer and the headlights hit them, that's why the stupid bastards stay there. I don't know why.
But you said you knew why.
I meant the other way. I fixed it, though.
Yeah, okay, good. Because I thought you couldn't explain why they would do the freezing up.
I
But
meant to
wouldn't it
say,
be a
do you
good-
know? I meant to say, do you know why it's illegal to hunt at night?
Because the sort of the odds are like off for the deer.
They
Right?
freeze up, deer. They freeze as soon as they see the lights.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And is that the reason why it's illegal?
Yeah, it's not fair. It's
I
not
think it's
fair.
there's more of these rules, right? That you can't have too fast of an arrow or too much. What was it again, John? I think you said something with hunting.
Poaching?
You got to ask the
Something
cook
about-
about that. I don't know about arrows. You got to ask the cook. He'll tell you.
Hold on a second. Were you referring to poaching?
Not particularly. I think that if you wanted to hunt, like you have a fishing license, you also have to have a license for hunting with a bow or certain bows or whatever.
Yeah, you have to have a hunting license, yes.
Yeah, but so there are some rules attached to that, right? You can't have it too fast of an arrow, maybe, or maybe a certain sight with lighting, or what was it again? You said that there were some rules at that.
Yeah, certain state, you have to get down to the state laws because each will be a little bit different. So whatever state you're living in, you have to review those laws specifically for archery.
Somebody says in the chat, all deer are undercover blondes. Too funny. You got a super chat, by the way, from Sasha again from Unitox Fame, who says, "This is for arrows. ... Don't shoot during night." So yeah.
So I'm showing the was this the tiger stripe patterns? This is god awful. I went in here, I said, this ain't happening.
Tiger stripes.
I don't know what kind of tigers they got there, but it's hideous, huh?
It is. These are hideous. I would never do anything like this.
Yeah.
So, where's the dots? Remember we seen the dots too? Where was that at?
Yeah,
Spirals. Oh, this. No, that ain't gonna happen either. So, was it plasma patterns?
that's bad.
These are terrible. Well, yeah, I'm not into that.
Oh well, although the first one with the fire through it is kind of.
Yeah. Where's the dots?
I don't know.
So
They
these
got
are
it hidden.
these are classic designs. These aren't all that bad.
Maybe the tribals. I don't know.
What's really cool about this is they have the arrow beneath it. When you wrap it, it has the whole thing up here, but they have it how it looks on the arrow, which is I really like it. Okay, let's go back because we come by the dots. Was it hex or honeycomb?
Could be.
These just aggravate me. No, they're not the dots. ... Halftones, military, Native American. Did we look at the Native American ones?
Nope.
I didn't look at these.
A whole another world opens up.
I don't like them. I could see where the attraction is, though.
Yeah, some people have that. Yeah.
Snake skin, they just they make me nauseous too. Yeah, that doesn't, it's nothing, right? Carbon fiber, this is just, nah, this ain't gonna do it for me. Nope. I don't know where the dots went. It's not grunge. Grunge had some good ones, didn't it? If I'm not mistaken.
I think so. There's too many choices. I think that if you have more than 2 or 3 choices, you get like anxious.
So that we're not going to find the dots. It doesn't look like. I'll probably find them after we're done here. So back to.
Somebody says Q is asking Betty what his opinion was again.
They remembered that. That is so funny. Let's get back to what we're focusing on. So you see what I did? I went through all these. There's like she said, there's too many choices. So I limited them to like the colors. So we're back to see this is it. So let's scroll down here. All right. This is the winner for me. The P17 Reaper. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send them my logo. The Quantum Eraser logo, and have them put it right here, right where so the knock will be up here of the arrow. Then my avatar, then the fletchings, and then this. So that's what's coming. Get ready. All right, we can get out of there. That's fun. What else is there other than arrow wraps? I mean, this is serious YouTubing.
You know that I never heard of arrow wraps like my whole life till now. And I would say I call it a wrap.
It's a wrap. You're cracking yourself up again, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, at least I can do that.
Hey, we got some people in. We got 37 people in here. What's going on? You guys like talking about arrow wraps. This is cutting edge stuff, man.
It's right to the point.
Hey, I'm just
the target.
I'm just passing through.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna get on. That's what I'm gonna get on the next arrows. Right? I'm gonna have them print because you can print text on there too, right? I'll just write just passing through. Yeah. Too much fun, man. So we're gonna stay here for a little while because I don't have to go anywhere because the temperature is 38 degrees. Now it's sunny, but it's 38 degrees outside. But tomorrow it hits that cutoff point because tomorrow is supposed to be 56. As soon as it hits 50, you know where I'll be. And Thursday, it's going to hit above 60. And then we're going to have a winter storm on Friday.
That's always not possible.
It's been doing that for the last 5 weeks on the roller coaster ride. Yeah, so that's what's going to be happening Wednesday and Thursday. That's for darn sure. I'm getting ready. Oh, there's Nathan right there. What are you posting about Mr. Insensible for? I might have to check that out later. He is about a dumbass cracker boy. Knock it off, guys. XB Black Ice. That most people wouldn't get that. Black Ice. Oh, I know what I didn't show. I didn't show my arrow with it. Okay. I know everyone's waiting for this. Go ahead, Brian. Sorry to rumpish.
Yeah, well, it doesn't really matter what I'm going to say. I just said, adding to the conversation, I had a go of Japanese Yumi before, about 10 or 12 years ago. And you know the way Yumi is Japanese archery. And you know, normal, like, when you're pulling back the bow, you use your fingers, yes?
I do not. I do not. That's more of traditional archery with these compound bows. There's so much. Now, some people do that, but it's like 1 in every 500 because they're crazy. I use a trigger mechanism.
Okay, so how does that work, if you don't mind me asking?
A trigger.
I don't know that.
I have what they call. Hold on a second. Let me get some pictures up, and it'll be better that way than me trying to describe something and bore everyone to tears because I know they're on the edge of their seats. Where'd you go? I'm talking to myself, guys. Just hold on a second. Uh-oh. Where'd I put the pictures of those? Oh, boy. This is going to be problematic at best. I don't have pictures of... Where'd those pictures of the arrow and my trigger mechanism go? All right, Betty, take the con so I can go find these things.
I can Google it if it's causing the bother.
Oh, I can do that too. Thanks. I got a temporary ischemic attack. Okay, let me show you the one I got. Okay. Let me go to images. Here you go. Wonder if it'll get a... we'll just roll with this. I don't think they're going to show a bigger one. Cut. There you go. On the right-hand side right here.
Just waiting for you, Shit.
Okay. Tell me when it's up.
Will do.
I wonder if it'll turn to a bigger one. Hold on a second. That gives you the price. Hey, super chatters, you see that price? No, I'm just kidding, man. Just relax. It's so expensive. You wouldn't believe how expensive these things are. And that's just one. It's not even part of the bow. All right, you see what you got going on here? Are you with me still?
Yeah, sorry, I had to look at it. It was a noisy room, so I didn't want to go off mute. Yeah, I know, I see it there. Yeah, I actually thought you might be using something rather than holding the bow itself, because that could cause you to have finger problems, I take it.
Do you think? Yeah. So this is my personal one that I got. There's many different types of releases. You got what they call wrist rockets. You tie it to your wrist, and it's got a little trigger on it's more or less tethered to the wrist. I don't like that. I don't like stuff wrapped around my wrist or anything like that. It's not going to happen. They also have thumb releases. This is a thumb trigger, right? Now, you can adjust this thing all the way up along.
Interrupt you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have a very important thing to announce, and that's Nathan Oakley's 1980 channel, and he has a short video out, and it's called Mr. Sensible Debunks the Globe Tangent, LOL. So, and it says to be here or to be sphere.
Didn't I already go over that?
What time?
I do it again because he gives you a super chat.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
To announce it. That's too funny. Thanks, Nathan. I was going to head over there after the show. I didn't need interrupted for it.
You didn't give the time.
Yeah, but you don't have. You have to be so careful, because otherwise he will come in and plug it inside the show. So
that's fine. All right, here's a bigger version. Now back to the topic at hand. This is Scott Sigma, right? This is sweet release, dude. Ergonomically, it's the bomb. It just fits so well in my hand. It was like made for me. But anyway, you see this little thumb trigger, right? You can adjust this thing all the way along this axis right here. So this has it coming out. I have it coming straight down this way. And that's for reasons we won't get into. But anyway, so what happens here is, you see the trigger up here? The trigger latch? This is loose, right? And this is where you charge the trigger right here. You push this in. And then you flip this over the D-loop. And you're ready to rock. You're ready to pull it back. So this is what I'm currently using. It's a great, great release. You can adjust it. It has adjustment right here for how sensitive it is or how hard you want, to push it. So all you got to do is go ahead.
Sorry, I was just would the arrows be? Would they have more velocity or force behind them than some bullets? Then
no.
Well,
it just depends because the arrow weighs more. You have to be particular on what you're talking about. Kinetic energy, because now the arrows that I'm shooting at 285 feet per second. Because I cronied them. Chronograph, you shoot it through a crony. I was at 298, but that's too fast for the competitions I want to enter. So I didn't back my poundage down. On my bow, I can adjust it another way. We won't get into that. But my arrows shoot at 285 feet per second. Your average round, like a rifle round, you're going from anywhere from 1 to 3,000 feet per second.
yeah.
Do you account on rotation?
Another important point. Listen to that. Okay, this goes back to the clocking of my arrows and having them spin. Because what do you have in rifles?
Rifling. Which
Exactly. So the bullet or the projectile is more accurate when it spins. You can't get too crazy of a spin, though, because then it'll do the opposite. There's a fine line. But thanks for bringing that up. That is topic. That is directly on topic, whoever said that. Unitox Femu, right?
Sasha,
that's Unitox Femu. Yeah. Exactly. Way to go, man. So let me see if I can find my arrows here. I think I didn't save them anywhere, but let's see if I can pull them up online. Bet you I can.
When I did the Japanese Yumi, they don't allow you to hold the bow. You're not allowed to hold the bow with your fingers. You have to hold the arrow at the back. So you curl your index finger in and you hold the back of the arrow, I don't know what the name of it is, between the side of your finger and your thumb. And and you have to do it because I did it where I did it. It was like under a military supervision type of a situation.
Right.
And you're not allowed to shoot them until you're given the order. So you have to do everything on an order kind of thing. But when it's so hot, it's like 90% humidity or whatever, 100% humidity kind of stuff, and you're trying to hold this arrow, and it's slipping out of your finger, and they're really deadly serious. You're not allowed to leave it go. So I started bending the arrow with my other finger, and they started shouting at me for that. It was either that or fire the arrow.
Yeah. All right. These are the arrows that I shoot. They're Victory 3D HVs. So they are the type I shoot. I don't get the Elite. They're a little bit too expensive. I shoot the Sports, and they're just as good. Right? So it's these arrows right here. Victory and 400. These are 400 spine, so that's my exact arrow. Yeah. So that wrap is going to go on from, I can't point at it because from that end right there, from the edge right there, all the way down to there, to the edge of where that K is, right there. So that's where the wrap's going to go, and then the fletchings are going to go on top of that wrap. Just glue them right on top of it. And we're in like Flint. Yeah, there's the parts and the accessories for the arrows. Yeah. They're spine aligned, that is. I love doing this. But most arrows, you got to figure out where the spine of the arrow is. But with Victory arrows, they do that for you, free of charge. So let me see if they have that on here. See that? I don't know. Here, there you go. You see that? It says spine aligned. Yeah, that's very important. Right?
Can you do this spineless?
I don't do this spine. Mine have spine, and it's aligned. It's not crooked like a question mark.
I just wanted to know if people do have done this spineless.
There's a yellow spine right there. Spinal. Yeah, that's very important because that's where your spine arrow. I don't know what they call that. You have two fletchings offset, and you have one of these fletchings go right down the spine line. That's usually the off color. So I'm going to do 2 whites on the side and 1 red up top for right now. Somebody suggested red. That's still on the discussion board. There you go. So let's see the features of these things. So the arrow diameter is small. These are 204 diameters. Accuracy is at the maximum where we like it. Speed is pegging. It's friggin' redlining. And one of the most important things is wind drift. The bigger your arrow is, the more surface area, and it'll be affected by the wind. Sometimes the heavier arrows are a little better, but there's a trade-off between heaviness because you'll lose speed. There are always pros and cons. You're always giving up a little to get something else, right? So this is what I go with. These are mine, the 3D HVs. So there you go. You guys are all caught up. What else can we go over?
Yeah, but this is what you do when the game is over, right?
Yes.
You look for other things to talk about because the game has been over since it started, but I mean it's really over now.
Yes, it is.
We got some color commentary coming from Nathan from the chat.
Do we? Like,
yeah.
for example.
For example, let me give you some sentences that he put out. 400 spine is useful only by amateurs.
He doesn't have no
all arrows
idea.
are spine aligned. Face palming, a sucker born every day.
He's just a heckler. He's on the bleachers heckling.
And he says, "Wow, QE is a sucker for marketing, eh?"
Yeah, it would seem so from an ignorance point of view. 3D target courses. And we might as well go over these, right? Since we're here. Heck. Okay, let's go over these. Well, I'm not getting any good ones, Betty. We were looking at some of this yesterday, but I'm not getting good ones. Try this. Hold on. All right, let's take a look at this. So see, these are some of the 3D targets they have out there. All right, so we got Yetis. We got mooses or meese. Of course, you got your regular, bucks and stuff. You got your armadillo with the scoring rings here. We're going to have to go over scoring. Let's do that now. This is really important. Where are we at? All right. Where'd you go? I'm going to have to organize these photos. All right. So, hopefully everyone can see that. So, on these 3D targets, right? There's scoring areas. This caught me off guard. It's not intuitive. I think somebody got drunk and just made this up, but they stuck with it. So on these 3D animals, they'll have these rings, right? The most important is this 10 ring. This one right here. Right? So anything within here, you get 10 points. If you shoot this circle right here, now just imagine this is 40 or 50 yards away. The 10 ring is 5 inches in diameter. These are 1.5 inches in diameter. So check this out. You can't even see on most targets. You can't even see them. You can't even see the rings. So I don't know what's up with that. I'm gonna have a little discussion with some rule makers. Figure out where their head's at. So if you shoot this one, it's a 12, right? But if you shoot the middle one, it's a 10. Now all this is 10 outside these rings. Now, you have to call this upper 12, right? When you're back there and you're before you even say anything, before you even get ready to fire, you have to say upper 12. Now, as you can see in the text down here, the top 12 ring only counts when it's called. At that point, the bottom 12 ring only scores 10 points if hit. And the 14 ring we're going to talk about here in a second. We'll get to that in a second. But you see what's going on here. You can't even see these things for the most part. And then you have to call this. And then if you call it and you hit this 12, it's a 10. I don't know which drunk made this scoring system up, but we're going to have a one-on-one. Now, you have to call this one, like I said. That's pretty ridiculous. And remember, this is only 5 inches in diameter. 50 or 60 yards, even at 40, you're having trouble seeing this. You have to know where it is, right? Just in general. Now, on some courses, they have a 14 ring. That's 14 points. So you could catch up to the competition, right? In case you're getting your butt whooped and you need, let's say you need 4 or 3 extra points, you can go for this one. But the downside is if you miss it, you get an 8. Or worse, 5. So this is a risk-reward type of thing, right? So just getting you accustomed to ASA rules. We good? Any questions on that? Cool beans, man. I'm all about that.
Who made the rules? Yachters?
That's what, yeah, yachters did. So let's get back to some of these targets, right? So you can see this one doesn't disarm Armadillo, and he's a small guy. He doesn't have the extra rings or the extra scoring areas. I don't know why that is. So I need to talk to some people about that. So that you got your various targets, right? Mainly deer. You got your wolves or your weefs. You got your lynxes. See, now this one has it. It doesn't have a 14, though, but it has the typical 10 ring, and this big ring right here is the 8 ring. Doesn't have the 14. That's only on specific courses. Let's see what else we got here. A lot of deer, obviously. You got a baboon. So I don't know what's happening here either. Looks like there's... Why is there... What ring is this? See, we're going to have a serious discussion. There's also a ring down here for... What do you get? Points for shooting him in the back knee? In the hamstring? I don't know. I'm just coming into this, so give me a break. What is going on here? Oh, so this has 11 points. See, different targets have different... It just depends on the course rules. Here's another ring. Yeah, this is throwing me. I guess I have to educate myself. You can even shoot carp. So they put carp out there in the woods. These guys are ballers, man. Oh, no, we don't want shooting humans out there. There's a cobra. I don't know where they found this guy at. This is a nuclear cobra.
You may be shooting carp in a river.
Oh yeah, they do that, right? But
yeah.
But on courses they have them out in the wood line. So here's some. It's a traditional one, although I don't see the 10 and 12 rings on there. Let's get this down. Oh my God, we have the abominable snowman. I don't know. If you can't hit this, that's some big problems. Even at 100 yards, oh my God, I don't think this is a regular target. That's nonsense.
Did you know that bow hunters go missing in the wilderness more than rifle hunters?
Say that one more time.
Bow hunters go missing in the wilderness.
Oh, do they?
Hunters. Yeah. I think I know why.
Why?
Because Bigfoot knows that you have one arrow and you're trembling trying to get it into the bow as
I
he's
was gonna
running at
say
you.
that. I
And
was
even
gonna
if you
say
do get
Bigfoot.
it in, you just have one.
I couldn't hear him say it, Neil, because you're rumpusing him.
He
Will I
stole
say it
my.
again?
You know why? Because he stole my thought. Like he blames Darwin.
They also have raptors and stuff out there. It's pretty funny. Kids really enjoy it, right? So this one got yeah. That's pretty cool. And Yetis. I got a Yeti right down the street. They're closing up though. They got one of these guys. Oh, it didn't make it big. I hate when. Why do they do that? Get out of there. Wow, he got some big feet. I guess that's why they call him Bigfoot. What happens if you shoot him in the foot? You should get extra points for that.
You gotta ask Karen B.
Oh, jeez. All right. Okay, we're done with that. Let's see. Do we got 5 people left? Let's see. I went off. All right. 79 cents. You interrupted me for 79 cents.
It's Nathan.
Oh, that's true. All right, fletching. Yeah, the fletchings. That's right. Pulling out the chops. That's right. Photoshop Cobra. Yeah, too funny. Bigfoot. Yeah. All right, what else do you guys want to know that I didn't go over?
The size of your shoes?
Size of my shoes? I'm wearing 9.5s now.
Wow. Bigfoot.
When I was younger, I used to wear 10s, so my feet have shrunk.
Ooh.
Why is that?
I don't know.
You would think it would have been growing because of the amount of money that you spend.
What the amount of money? What does the amount of money? Oh, hold on.
You have big feet, and then you spend much money.
That doesn't make any damn sense.
Well, you have a big footprint on the earth.
Oh, that's weak.
No, it's kind of actual.
It's like, okay, you got big foot. Your favorite color is blue.
Well, you're gonna have to pay for your CO2 tax soon. Your CO2 tax soon.
Well, that's like Neil. Do you catch that? So if you got a large foot, your favorite color is blue because you're always stepping on stuff and it makes you sad, or blue. That's Betty's logic right here.
No, that's not the logic. It's not my logic. It's a saying here in Holland.
Oh, this isn't good.
No, it isn't.
All right, let's see what else we got here.
I have a story if you want it.
I'm not searching for stuff, man.
Story.
Good.
What's your story, Brian?
Yeah, just on this, your feet getting smaller. My uncle was 6'5", then he was 6'2", and now he's 6'4".
What the heck?
I don't know how it happened, but it happened.
Is that associated with his potato intake?
No.
Let's see Betty. Let's see Betty's logic on this one.
I'm a blonde. I'm busy counting my breath.
Yeah.
Can I explain the situation? John, you was not cutting the nails when you was young, and because of that was 9.5. Now it's 9 because you're cutting the nails.
Yeah, the nail cut. That's too funny. That is not true, by the way.
Shit.
Now, all
Then
this.
you have some illness.
Yeah. Now, all this stuff you guys are getting on Betty is you're not going to feel this stuff after the show. I am. Now, I know when to stop.
Because you're going to disappear on me right after.
Yeah, I know when to.
Let's turn this around and get us a nice message to the Globers and to the flat Earth people here.
Let's turn it around. So, what do you want me to talk about with the Globetards? I already prefaced the whole.
Well, maybe you should go over something or whatever. I
don't have any content.
Repeat something of your content.
I don't have any content. You already said.
Well, at least could say that this is somewhat of a flat Earth panel show thing.
I did. I started the show off talking about it.
Yeah, showing off. Yeah, that's what I got too.
I wasn't showing. How was I showing off by saying Discord shut down because of stupidity? How is that showing off?
Showing off your arrows, your raps, and the bow shooting, and all your knowledge about that. That's showing off.
That is not showing off. That's just information. I'm just trying to inform the public. This is under education.
Nobody asked for it. Nobody asked for it.
Yes, they did.
No, we are here for flat Earth. That's what we're here for.
We can divert a little bit.
No, that's not a diversion. This is a total distraction.
Betty, I came only because of arrows.
I think Chewy's getting a proper scolding right now.
You don't know the half of it. She hasn't let loose yet. It's going to happen one of these times on this show. Look out.
Yep. Alrighty then.
Don't mess with Betty. She's tall.
How you know? How you know?
I told
She told us.
Uh-oh.
Mm-mm. Yeah,
What?
I need some coffee, so either we go on continue, or I'm
Okay, so what do you want me to do? Okay, so we'll go over this, right? So.
Oh.
Good.
We got Adam.
Oh,
Hey, Adam.
Adam's going to come and save us, huh?
Well, I'm not. I'm coming to chastise. Well, I'm coming to tell Betty off. Very poor.
Oh, God. Do you want me to kick you, Adam?
Well, I'll take the kick because I'd sooner get kicked from you than the wife.
You wouldn't believe
the correct message, Huey, was, I'm sorry I can't make it this evening. I'm off for tea with my wife because it's my wedding anniversary.
Yeah, she conveniently left that out, Adam.
Yeah, I just heard the start of it because I couldn't tell whether it was going off or not. So I thought I'd just listen. I heard that and I thought, well, I'll jump in because she's dealing with the boys, getting them ready and the likes. And I just wanted to say, just for the record, Marie, I love you, darling. Happy anniversary. I like to try and do that if I get the chance on YouTube. So stole that moment. Thank you. But yeah, that's the reason my absence. I'm just trying to work out. I think it's 19 years married, 26 years together. So.
Oh, wow. Happy anniversary. Thanks, Betty, for giving us the full story.
It's kind of a personal thing, so why would I just shout it out like that, right?
Well, you could have corrected me because...
We got these sort of private rules now, so if people want to convey that, then they need to do that by themselves.
But as soon as I said that I'm going to have a personal discussion with Adam, then that gave you avenue, justification to say, hey, John, well, this is his wedding anniversary.
Still, it's personal.
I respect your protection of my privacy, Betty. Thank you.
Yeah. See, there you go.
Hey, Chewy, do you remember the Flintstones one with the anniversary? They kept singing it. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary.
Yeah. How could I forget that?
What about Kazoo?
Easy song, right? Repetition is great.
What about the zoo?
Kazoo, remember that little alien friend? Kazoo?
Oh, Gazoo. Yeah, he was one of my favorite characters. I liked him with the, oh no, always mixed him up with the guy on Bugs Bunny with the explosive Q-36 explosive. Is it the Q-36 explosive space
No,
module?
that's Marvin the Martian.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
cool. The god of war.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's interesting, isn't it? That they put aliens into prehistoric
Yes.
stuff. They brought that in, yeah.
Yes. So, Betty, I was already to give some content, but I got sidetracked.
Well, that's easy for you to get
Here-
sidetracked.
Here we go. Honey! Sometimes she comes in, what?
Yeah.
Too funny. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know what you want me to go over. We're still stuck. I think we're going to be stuck right here for the longest of time because this is the end, right? Because it's just a simple elevation angle. They've gone now more or less to say, okay, the Y line over here, the opposite side, is not there. Okay, so who cares? Because the elevation angle must be gotten from a horizontal plane. So they're arguing it's nonsensical. And then when we ask them to define, here's the kicker. Here's the question. So this is what you do. You ask them to define elevation angle. See, that ends everything because they can't do it. They just can't. They'll show diagrams or something. Every one of the diagrams have that X line as horizontal. Flat as all can be. Even in there, they can't do it. You can't get an elevation angle off a curved line. Everyone knows this. Everyone from third grade geometry forward, I would venture to guess even second graders would probably know this. But it's over right there. There's no way to get around this. It's funny, have them in step and fetch and bumble and fumble and stumble through it. They'll try to red herring fallacy away from it. Like, well, let's see you navigate using a sextant. Meanwhile, as a baller, you must deny the very existence of a sextant. You don't get it. That's what's so hilarious. You want us to go down to line, 25, 27 and solve your little problem. You can't get past step one. It implodes on itself at step one. It's like the hunt for Red October at step one. You must deny the very existence of sextants because they measure elevation angles, and elevation angles are gotten from horizontal planes. That's how it's defined. So it's over. What else can you do? What, talk about dingleberries? That was cracking me up by the way, the dingleberry thing, the dingleberry earth. Because back in the day, I mean long time ago, we're talking when I was, 7, 8, 9 years old, we had a kid in the neighborhood. He was infatuated with discussing dingleberries. So when they said that the other day, I friggin' died. I was down for the count. But that's what it was. It's a dingleberry earth. They're conjuring a tangential plane, setting it on top of their sphere for absolutely no reason. Where are they getting this tangential plane? Where are you getting a tangent? After years of saying, bagak, refraction, you don't have any tangents, right? You don't have any tangential planes, not in reality.
Doesn't matter. Brian's got the answer for that.
Just before, I wanna make a point to Brian specifically to respond to. But QE's just summed it up beautifully. This is what they're doing. They're trying to take a particular section of celestial navigation and conjure that one point so it's plausible with the creation, specifically of a tangential plane, to allow it to work in that one small component and seem plausible for them in that little specific bit of celestial navigation. It's very difficult to put a ball of argument together coherently. It doesn't work on a curved surface. You can make a kind of cognitive dissonance argument to convince yourself that there is a need to create a tangential plane. Now, with that in mind, Brian, I hope you're there. I'm yet to post these pictures of my conversations with Glenn.
Who?
There you go. I was waiting for that. With Rufy.
Rufy, the numpty from down under.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So here's just one. I just want to, and it kind of exemplifies this point of where their argument is at in terms of even dealing.
Where are you putting these at?
Yeah. Well, here it is. Legit. I'll quote direct. Legit question. Because someone said you were the mathematician on the panel, that is referring to me. Can you get an angle between two curves? For example, what is the angle formed at x equals 1 for the curves y equals x squared and y equals x cubed? Right, which was lovely. So the point I make is, I'm going to quote straight from it's byjust.com, straight off top of Wiki. To find the angle between these two curves, we should draw tangents to these curves at the intersection point. The acute angle between the two tangents is the angle between the given curves fx and gx. Right? This is lovely, and this all has geometric arguments in it. And if all you're wanting to do is to prove that you can create tangents to two particular geometric curves and calculate that, that's lovely. But my initial point that none of this has any relation to celestial.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
It's a bunch of math.
Because they're getting around this with angles. We're specifically dealing with a specific angle called an elevation angle. Get it, numpties? Is that what you told him? Hopefully you did.
Sometimes I fight hard to be motivated to respond. As I said, I've tried constantly to answer your questions, Ben. The trouble is they are often malformed, and so clarity is often sought. If you and your friends could muster up a coherent question, I will, as previously, address it. This is to the point that I don't answer questions, even though it's questions, like I say, are consistently constructed in a way to try and admit a geometry and apply that standard understanding of geometry as if it's applicable to living on a ball. So his questions are never answerable because they're always preloaded or intended to take standard geometry and apply it to a ball where it doesn't. Like I said, if we're taking two curves, where are these two curves? Have we got two balls merging together now? You know? None of their geometric objections to try and double speak their way around it actually address reality, and that's the point that's becoming quite clear as they try to deal with the implications of celestial navigation.
Hold on, the Rumpus did that too. The Rumpus did the same thing with the two spheres. Go ahead, Bri. I'm sorry.
Hey, okay, Neil. No, I'm just saying it's just smart assery, isn't it? That's all they have. That's what they're at. With silly things like that, like can you get an angle between two spheres or whatever it was, the question was that you were being asked, it has nothing to do with the argument. Like, it's just like, look at me, I can do clever maths. It's like, who cares? What has that got to do with elevation angles on a curved surface? They don't even realize, or they won't admit, that the opposite side of that elevation angle, the opposite side of that triangle, is the zenith from the GP. That is the opposite side.
Yep.
They either don't know that, or they won't admit it.
Yeah.
You know?
It really doesn't matter, though. Everything you said is absolutely correct. But it really doesn't matter because you need that horizontal plane. Right?
Exactly.
You can't get out of. There's no way out of this. None. Zero. They're finished.
Well,
Oh.
what they have to do. Sorry, are you finished? Or will I? Yeah, sorry. What they have to do, and I was speaking with this about this with Neil and Nathan, the lads, the past 2 days. Like, they have to create a tangent plane. So as soon as they state that they're using a tangent plane, whether it be for surveying or for celestial navigation or anything else, they're admitting that this process cannot work on a curved surface. Because if it could work on a curved surface, they wouldn't need to create a tangent plane. Because what they're doing there is stating that reality is just a tangent plane, and somewhere underneath that reality is a globe. You know, it's like you never mind take away a tangent plane and go through the process on a curved surface, like you're claiming the Earth has. But they can't. They need the tangent plane.
I think the tangent plane it's a strange thing for a baller. I'm not sure how a baller reconciles this in their own heads. Because all of this is to do with navigating across the surface. All of the calculations that are done in the sky and transposed to the ground are done to navigate on the surface. They're not done to calculate angles from the center of a presupposed ball, which is what they try to do and try to ignore. I say they're doing their best by creating tangent planes, take one part, that initial elevation angle, and justify it and away, but it ignores the full process of celestial navigation, that return journey, what that journey is, how we calculate it, and how it's applied onto a flat surface to calculate our position using triangulation. Yeah, they only want to take. If you notice, they started with just attacking what the definition of triangulation was. Now they're just going to elevation angle. It's because to deal with this celestial navigation is in its entirety is to admit we measure, navigate on a flat surface, and all of their geometric obfuscation is for one thing: is to realize that the creation of a tangent plane is to create a surface equivalent to a flat Earth to do the calculations off. Yeah.
So here we go. Let's go with some diagrams just to hammer this point home just a little bit further. You've seen the previous one. This is from Q Math, the math expert. Rocket Man, right? There we go. It's all over. See that flat baseline? Huh? See that? It's all over, folks. Go to the next one. We'll go to, this is right from radartutorial.eu. After they tell you you must have a horizontal plane to obtain an elevation angle. What we got here? With epsilon right here giving you the angle. What do we got? A flat plate, the horizon, horizontal, right? And a right triangle, by the way. So that's how it's defined. You're going to have to change the definition of elevation angle. That's your only recourse is to somehow change the definition of the phrase. For the terms.
I missed it, John, and it's the point, and it's that right angle. And when I talk about the entirety of the journey, up to the star, back down to the ground, to the GP, and back to you.
Yep.
That's the same right angle that's included. And when Brian, when this first came up, talked about the differential distance between, we're going to use that right angle to create a sector or a segment across the top of a ball, then the difference for the straight line with the right angle is going to be very different to the arc that's created over it that they seem to assume is a angle relationship due to the center of the Earth. It's that difference that they try to play on again. It's that right angle that they ran away from which is the return. It's not only the measuring angle, it's the return right angle for your flat plane measurement back. And that's another, it's that full circle that destroys them, because you can use Cogdis to justify in your own head each little bit, but see the journey in its fullness, it's not doable there and back with a curved surface. Hence why they need a tangents and the likes. But the reality is that right angle is the thing at the GP that destroys them. It's the same right angle coming back.
Yeah, this was from GCSE. Right? It's depicting, it gives you the definition right here. Elevation and depression, an angle of elevation is the angle from the lower object to the higher one, while an angle of depression is the angle from the higher object to the lower one. Both angles are measured with respect to the horizontal plane. It's over. And they depict it down here. This is the horizontal plane. You can't, it's all over. The only way, like I said, for you to get around this is to change the definition of elevation. You can't do it. You're going to have to get every single geometry book, trigonometry book, and all of these organizations to change the definition. It's not going to happen. It's over. Every single time you come on, you're in a law of identity violation. And that's why every single time that you show up, now sometimes a lot of flat earthers will chase your little idiotic red herring fallacies. But if you meet me or Brian or Adam or Nathan, one of the first questions that are coming out is define elevation angle. And then you're toast. You are toast. T-O-S-T, toast. You can try to dance around it. It's funny. But you'll bumble, fumble, and stumble when you get jackyard with the simple definition of what an elevation angle is. And what do sextants do? In our context with celestial navigation, they measure elevation angles. You're finished. It's all over. We've been trying to tell you this for months. Now all you baltards are friggin' celestial navigate experts. They just come out of they come out from everywhere, right? Bumble, stumbling, and fumbling, right? It's like under a carnival tent. You're finished right here. It's all over.
There are people that understand celestial navigation so well that they can take a single angle and calculate a side length, John, without using celestial navigation, just using standard trig. This is what their little trick questions have demonstrated was that they don't understand what's going off. They don't really understand it. They don't understand the difference, like I say, between standard trigonometry and celestial navigation and where we obtain a side length from.
Yep, exactly. Now, I mentioned this some weeks ago. If you walk into a trigonometry class and there's a quiz sitting down on your desk, let's say they have this as question number 1. And they have theta right here. Let's say have this angle. And you already know this angle's 90 degrees. So whatever they tell you this angle's 90 degrees, you already know this angle, right? Because all of them have to add up to, they have to equal 180 degrees. Because that's the definition of a triangle, right? You will never, ever walk into a trig class, take a quiz, and not have at least one side length given to you. And then they'll say, solve the triangle. It'll never happen where they'll just have one angle here, especially with right triangles. It's not going to happen because the question is insane. It's nonsensical. It's undefined. To solve a right triangle, first I asked them, what does solving right triangles mean? Because I'm sure they don't know. They know the phrase, but they don't know what it means. Obviously, to solve a right triangle is to solve for all the angles and the sides, right? But you will never walk into a course without the side given to you. At least one. Right? That's what I spent some weeks ago talking about. Well, specifically with celestial navigation, you get the side length from the angle. You follow that? Because it's documented. It's in their HO 225 or 229 Naval Almanac. Because it tells you, if you know the star that you're shooting at, it tells you right there, you can go about two ways. It tells you right there that for you to get an elevation angle of XYZ, I shouldn't use XYZ, just 30 degrees, then you are this far away on the ground from that star, from the GP. And then you just draw a circle. You get that distance because they're going to give it to you, right? Now you have the side length. That's all you really need. Then you're going to draw a circle of, here's another one, equal altitude. How in the world can you have an equal altitude on a sphere? A circle of equal altitude? How can you have a circle, number one? Then number two, how can you have equal altitude on a sphere? You can't, because you're on a globetard. It's got elevation drop. So you can't have equal elevation if you got it on a sphere. It's a total convoluted train wreck of an epic monkey disaster, dumpster fire. On every step you go. I don't even need to go to any more steps. I just gave that to you just to talk about it. But I could just stop at elevation angle and I don't need to talk anymore. I keep it concise. But every single step from that elevation angle, they're screwed. Every single one. I just gave you a few. At every single turn, every single step, it's a flamethrower waiting for baltards. They can't get out of it. It's all over, folks. Anyone want to add anything to that? Oh boy.
I was hoping Brian would, but I'll say it simply. I'm not a big fan of Occam's razor. But if you use it here, do you follow the methodology that works on a flat plane and not have to convolute and change anything for a methodology that navigates correctly? Or do you have this strange convoluted system where you have to make exceptions left, right, and centre, re-explain things in strange geometric terms, and pervert things at different stages of the process in contradiction to allow you to come back to the same conclusion? I say I'm not necessarily a big fan of Occam's razor, but if you apply it here, I think it speaks volumes in terms of what is the correct understanding of the methodology.
Yep. And I forgot one thing. Sorry, Adam. A big thing. I haven't heard too much in the past few days of this, but this was going on for about a week. They're asking us, what is the height of the star? And while we're talking about celestial navigation, I'm sitting there, what are you talking about? Is celestial navigation interested in the height of the star? Can you point me to that in the HO 229 Naval Almanac where they show how you obtain the heights of the stars from the elevation angle? I'd like to see that. I was under the impression that we were using celestial navigation is only used for locating your point. Only locating where you are. That's all it's used for. Not to get you anywhere else, just to locate your position. That's celestial navigation, guys. So these people, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, John, that the problem is that they're not stating it because they're arrogant in their ignorance, but they actually just don't know the difference between an angular size measurement and an elevation angle. An angular size measurement out of something like surveying and an elevation angle out of celestial navigation. They don't understand the difference between the two. They can't understand, because I've heard them, I've listened to them on some shows online in the past week. They can't get it into their heads that you're not solving for the internals of the triangle. They just can't understand that. It's frustrating.
Yeah, they're in a complete category error, like we discussed before.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Adam.
Well, that's what I was going to say. If we go back to that maths question, here's a right angled triangle. I'll give you one angle, solve for side length of the opposite. Yeah, you'd be laughed out of basic maths.
Yes.
For asking such a silly question.
Yep.
And this is what's being presented to us flat earthers as we discuss the nuances of celestial, and they don't understand this. And I know I get told off for quoting scripture, but I want to here. And there's a point where it's all right being academic and clever. Sometimes you have to recognize the majesty of the creation in which we live. So I'm going to use a bit of Werner von Braun. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Right? And in the way in which celestial navigation works for us is it yields a side length, and in doing so allows us to use geometry to calculate where we are. Very simple. And if you follow Occam's razor, as I mentioned, there's no contradiction in geometry to the method of right-angled triangles and celestial navigation. It becomes very convoluted if you try to put it on a ball. And like I said, not my favourite, but if I was using Occam's razor to look at the two methodologies of the two purported models, flat or ball, very simple thing as to what the methodology of celestial navigation tells us. And one of the, I say, you're yielding a side length. And one of the great points that Brian brought out is if you take this side length that you yield from celestial navigation from a ball, you've got diverging zeniths. And therefore, the distance in the sky is not the same as the distance on the ground geometrically, whatever numerical value assigned to it. And it's one of Brian's fantastic diagrams that he does, and it demonstrates this very well with like I say, diverging zeniths. And this shows the fundamentals of, say, with regards to Occam's razor, as to which methodology is being applied. We take the side length from the heavens, and that's the gift of the heavens for us to solve this geometrically unsolvable problem otherwise. I'm done.
Thank you, Adam.
That's just about it, folks. Unless we can take some messages from chat. I haven't looked over there for a while. Okay. There we go. Any questions from chat on the sextant? Shouldn't be any. I think we've went over it quite comprehensively in the last 3 months. I don't think there should be any questions about elevation angles, the most important part of this. What's up, Mark? You just got in. Welcome.
I think it's clear, John. And I think what we're hopefully demonstrating is the level of cognitive diss that the ballers are going through now, and how they have to decompartmentalize every single bit of celestial navigation to be able to convince themselves that this is doable on a ball. And it's noticeable looking at the questions. Like I said, Rufy earlier, he's saying, do zenith angle measurements require a flat earth? I said, do you calculate a zenith angle or do you measure it? And do you calculate it off your elevation angle, or do you measure it? And then we go on, you see, into convoluted nonsense, because he's not prepared to answer that question.
Yep.
He's not prepared to answer what it means when you're using a sextant. Because if he goes there, then the methodology unveils that, unfortunately, it's just not realistic the amount of exceptions you have to make. And so the ballers are now at the stage of, say, constructing questions to us in the hope that we'll answer it in such a way that they can jump on it. Yeah, and take a weak victory from a misinterpretation of a malformed question. Yeah, that's where they're at. Because this has got them all ends up, geometrically speaking. You know?
Yep, the wheels are coming off. Oh, they're already off. Like I said, I prefaced the show that over the past, it's been bad over the past 8 weeks, but in Discord, over the past, I would say 2 to 3 weeks, it is some of the stupidest things I've ever heard. I'm serious. People don't know what straight lines are. They don't know what circles. These are grown adults, some higher than master degree adults. They don't know what circles or triangles are. It's very, very scary. I thought the Evotards were, how would I say, the dumbest crackers I've ever come across. But I'll tell you what, Balltards, and Balltards are just Evotards, right? So I don't even know why I'm separating them. But as a group, OMG.
Again, I know you're going to tell me off.
Good.
It's not dumbness. It's desperation. Because how... They're not dumb. You said you've just given them the qualifications. How desperate do you have to be to try and redefine what a triangle or a circle is to maintain the level of your... to give validity to your argument? The only way to keep your argument together is to have to try and redefine, in a public forum in many cases, what a triangle or a circle is. That's pathetic.
Yep. Yeah, it's a spectacle. And like I said, you won't believe it until you see it. So you know that I'm not making it up. Pop into Betty's server, Science versus Pseudoscience, and you don't have to say anything. Just go through main chat, scroll up and down, and I don't know. Don't call a mental health professional because there's going to be some big problems. It's going to be like mass diagnosis. But you'll see what I'm talking about. It's a spectacle. Is I don't know how else to describe. Language is incapable of encapsulating the utter stupidity, the buffoonery that is going on from grown adults. Some are educated, like I said. It wouldn't matter. I mean, all you need is third grade geometry. That's about it. I don't know. Go ahead.
No, sorry, I couldn't on you. Sorry, I thought you were finished.
No, good. I'm done.
Okay, thank you. I think it's a case of this is the first time, even within the past 7 years, that our opposition have really had to actually deal with reality, because it's come down to straight lines and circles. It's come down to very basic levels, really, hasn't it? Angles, straight lines, and circles.
Yep.
And I reckon that's why they're having such problems. They never had to. They could whitewash and begging the question away, a load of other things, and they avoid it. But when it comes to this, they can't. I think that's why they're coming out with such utter rubbish.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about it. Like I said, I haven't seen this stupidity. I don't think I've ever seen it. That's what we got, folks. That's what it's left till. I don't know what to say about it. Trig with no triangles is my all-time favorite. Yeah, XB Black Ice. That's pretty funny. That or shoe causes shoe. No, the hypothesis is shoe. I don't know which is. I don't know. I'd have to put that up for a vote.
You could keep it like gravity so that both gravity is the cause and the effect. So
yeah, right.
Could cause shoe.
Oh, brother. What's stupider? This is the point where we're at. Trig with no triangles or hypothesis is a shoe. That's a toss-up. Let's
I'm
have.
silent because I'm pondering, John. I don't know which is the dumbest.
I know that I thought
Genuinely.
about it. I said I don't know which one. Let's have Betty be the arbiter.
Yes, I'll go with that.
Between Shu and Trig, that people don't know what a triangle is.
What is dumber, trigonometry without triangles, or hypothesis? It's a shoe.
Yeah,
You see,
both are not based in reality, aren't they? It's a tough one. I don't know.
Betty, if you could get yourself to a stage where you come out with it's a shoe and you think it's a hypothesis, there's a level of misunderstanding there that you could possibly make apologetics for. But even like a primary school kid, anybody with any training in triangles, just basic training in triangles, to say you can do trig without triangles, that's kind of, to get to that point where you know they've done trig and they understand what a triangle is, that's to deny your own reality, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think that's the bigger lie, where you are not ignorant, just denying your own truth.
Yeah, and more people like jumping on that train too. I think that's really ridiculous. Like they don't have a sort of how do you say that? Well, there's not anybody of these ballers that say, "Hey, come on, guys," because it's like ridiculous, right? There's no stop to it. So everybody jumps on the same sort of argument, just holds on to it, like like their lives depend on it.
Yeah, they do, Betty. That's the thing about it is, I've noticed though very recently that there is a few more, and I said this today on the show, there is a few more of them who are actually starting to kind of think a little bit more logically, because there's only, I mean, how are you supposed to get behind trigonometry without triangles? How are you supposed to get behind that as an argument? What do you have to let go of in reality to get behind that argument? You know what I mean? What do you have to do? You know? But it is fascinating the way they do in mass. I'm using that on purpose. That pardon the pun. En masse, they do rush towards any argument that can get in our way, regardless of how ridiculous and illogical it is. But I think we're reaching a critical point where something has to break within their sphere of non-reality, because how could you get behind trigonometry without triangles? How could you do that? I'm repeating myself here. I just can't get my brain around that.
Yeah.
All right,
Summarised it well, Bri. What do you have to give up? Yeah? What are you giving up to accept that you can do trigonometry without triangles? I don't have the answer.
Yeah.
But it's a really, good question.
We have a couple more players. So we have trig without triangles. We have shoe hypothesis. It's a shoe. Invisible horizons. And the second law doesn't apply to the earth.
And air is not the atmosphere.
How long could we go? Do you think?
No,
Endless.
I still think it's clear. The trick with that, right, let's just go through them, yeah? Second law doesn't apply to the earth. I can appeal to ignorance here. I don't know who's telling the truth. I don't know whether gravity does this. I've got a level of inherent ignorance that I can't prove or disprove. Yeah, we've done shoe, no shoe. What was the other one?
Invisible horizons.
Right, okay. Look at all those horizons. You can put a level of confusion in with that. Visible, celestial, this. Is it apparent? Is it not? Is it geometric? There's a level of, I don't know who to believe that you could go to. But unfortunately, triangles, like I say, to get into this require you, as the person that's been, to deny your basic understanding of how triangles work, what they are, yeah, for you to then go along with that point. So for me, I'll go with trig without triangles. It's because I say the individual, not other educated people, not what other science tells us, as they say, or yeah, but the individual who has a very, very good understanding of triangles has to deny that. And that's why Brian's question is, what do you have to give up to accept that?
Yeah. Well, I could throw a couple of more in there if you want. There could be circles without radius. And there could be the best, at best, all you've done is debunk the radius.
Oh boy, yeah, that's yeah. Listen, Brian, we could go for about 18 shows in a row, and I don't think would ever end with the stupid remarks.
Yeah, because they're a daily occurrence, unfortunately, especially at this stage.
All right, Betty, let's wrap her on up.
Really?
Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap her on up. This was an eventful show. I like the technical challenges. It's been a pretty good show. I like it up to this point. Sextant without angles. Yeah, that's a good one. Go ahead. Let's go down the list. Final thoughts.
There's not much of a list, but we started Brian again.
They definitely don't have any avatars.
Still no?
I don't think so. Let's check. Let's see if we can get something on here. 1 second. What am I going to show here? I could do that. Okay, see? Yeah, I just put it up, so we got... Oh, mine is there. It's mine showing on YouTube?
What?
My avatar. It's still giving me some numpty blocks over there. Let me try something.
You tried that at the show?
Let me try turning it off. How can I do? Okay.
Are you experimenting on your avatar? Can Brian do his thing?
Yeah, when I'm experimenting on it. Yeah, go ahead, Brian. Final thoughts, sir. Channel shout out.
Yeah, okay, Quantum. Thank you, and thank you, Betty. Yeah, just final thoughts are, I think this is the end of the road for our opposition. They don't know it yet because they haven't gotten past our ignorance yet. But when they do, I think they'll know it. Other than that, thank you for having me on the show. My YouTube channel is Brian's Logic. It's worth having a look. And, or not. It's up to you. Thank you.
That cracks me up. You do it all the time now. Every single time. Cool. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
Okay. We got a person called Flerick. Flerick. #2. Are you able to talk?
Hi there, I have nothing to add. Thanks as usual, and go on, guys. And girls.
Okay. Thank you. All right, and then we go to Adam. Happy anniversary.
No, thank you, Betty.
Short one, so okay, Quantum, over to you.
I've not done. I've got no scripture, but I do want to respond to chat. Just as a quick response, because Bobby Ray Kindred. I'm happy to be here. My time is limited because I'm a busy guy, but I like to hear flat earth conversation stories. If anybody would like to share what was the moment it clicked for you, well, back in the day when I got into this, right, there wasn't anybody to talk to. There was just a bit of Twitter more than anything that I was engaged with. And the thing that struck me was the Earth curvature maths, as you can probably guess. And I knew 8 inches per mile squared was not the shape of a circle. So that instantly struck me, and that's why I went through a lot of pain and an embarrassment developing formulas that I thought was geometric, and my formulas were geometrically correct. but it's hard to apply this to a surface. Well, so the geometry doesn't necessarily match distance. You have to factor it in, and I did stuff like that, and it was looking at those things. And if you go back to Nathan interviewing me when I finally cracked a real formula, not the crap we've been handed, I understand the implications of the geometry, because the 8 inches per mile lies. It flattens things out. Yeah, it's a bit naughty, really. It's a misnomer. It's a trick, like I say, to convince you. It could be a ball based on this. But yeah, that's my answer, was the mathematics of 8 inches per mile and me proving that to myself, whether it applied to my reality. When I did and worked out a real formula, I realised it wasn't commensurate with the reality I experienced. And to that, the simple answer is black swan.
Sweet. Thanks for that concise closeout.
That wasn't concise, but fun. Trip down memory lane, John. I got spreadsheets in my head there as I closed my eyes.
I should have listened to Betty. Over to you, John.
I'm going now.
That was classic, Betty, by the way.
Yeah, it was a good try, wasn't it?
It's something it's something that I wasn't ready for. It was a surprise, and I do like them every now and again.
The surprises?
Yeah, especially the sarcastic variety.
The thing is, I just had my coffee, so I was a little milder than otherwise. So.
Yeah. Okay, let's discuss what's coming up. There will be no. Oh, go ahead.
Good weather, nothing.
Yeah. It's sunshine. It's above 60. There's not going to be a show on Thursday.
The only arrows flying. That's the only thing that's going to happen.
Yeah. So no show Thursday.
And don't be excited.
Yeah. And BALLBUSTERS is sort of open right now. There will be a show Saturday, just to let you know. The topic, that's sort of open right now. I'm still thinking about that.
Yeah, what are we thinking about then?
We were thinking
I'll
about.
tell you what I'm thinking about. Matthew 7, verse 6.
Oh, bro. See, he has to do it, right? He's got to do it.
I gave you time to find something.
He's got to do it. So I had to go back to the screen, right? Because I wasn't in Discord. So he knew that I was away from the screen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. He did it. He did it again.
Yes, he did. Right? Interrupted me in the middle of a thought.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Betty. You were going to query about that?
Well, the thing is that I think that we talked about, when was it? This weekend or the week before or something, that I heard on the last BALLBUSTERS that there were people saying, hey, I just want to hear about the olden arguments of flat Earth and maybe shed some light on what those were, where we began with. Some people came to the flat Earth scene, not having the sextant in mind, not having this black picture, not having the whole science acumen, and still they were able to grasp on to a flat Earth world that they saw, right?
Yes.
So I thought that could be something that we could talk about, or guys could talk about. But you said maybe go over the whole ball-tied like fails and misses and these strange expressions that they had.
I think
I went over them a little bit. Right?
I think I like your idea better because they're still using those typical arguments. So I don't think that'll be any big change. I'm very interested. I have some interest in what you just said. Maybe we'll go that route and start off with just like Betty said, with people not knowing. The more, I don't want to say extravagant arguments. If there's I'm searching for a phrase for that, but I don't think that's that important. But the more meticulous arguments and like Betty said, people came here to the flat Earth anyway, right? So that seems very interesting. It's an interesting topic, and I would like to hear Betty discuss that on BALLBUSTERS on Saturday.
No way. Good try, yeah.
It was a good try, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, it might be good if people would like when people are in Discord here in my server, maybe underneath your video, right, that they might just maybe put some stories about how they came to flat Earth, which arguments did it for them, and even if it wasn't these arguments that are already like going around that you sort of presented on, right? But other things, right? What made you think, okay, that now this is the turning point for me? Now the Earth is flat. Right?
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I think we should do it. I think it'll be a good trip down memory lane, and I think it'll be important in some aspects, right? To actually hear honestly what because those sophisticated, that's a better word, those sophisticated arguments, and that's relatively speaking, weren't out there in the beginning, right?
Yeah. That's why I liked also the earlier like discussions, because everybody was like, okay, yeah, but how about this and that, and all kinds of science terms came to the table, and people were going to explore that, and there was a lot of things that was new about it. But there was still people already in flat Earth, right? There was from the get-go, and they only had a couple of videos.
Right.
I had the same thing. I came to flat Earth also with just three content providers with just maybe 3 videos in the beginning.
Right.
And I thought, okay, it's like wow, right? And I didn't need all that other stuff. So if people can sort of maybe give their own testimonies about that I think it would help newbies also. That it's very easy, right? You don't need all these difficult arguments to understand them completely. To grasp that the Earth is flat.
This sounds like a Betty show.
Oh no, it doesn't.
That's what it sounds like. You got a lot of enthusiasm with this, and I like it. I like the idea.
Continue in a Tuesday show afterwards. Let's see what happens on BALLBUSTERS. Maybe we can go over the panel members then again.
Okay.
How that happened, right? With multiple.
So I should lead out with it. You're saying you're going to put this. The onus is on me.
It's always on you, don't you?
I'd put an onus on you. I think you've hit on.
How'd you come off mute?
I did it.
Yeah, because the boss let me go.
The boss.
I always take my biblical badge of honor with pride each week, so I'm glad I got one this week. Actually, I think I've been talking about, whilst it's great fun, like playing ball jitsu with these guys, yeah, watching them take every shot with their head, yeah. It's not actually necessarily, although hopefully it is some help to the community, but actually destroying arguments is one thing, but actually understanding the nuances and some of the detail and having time to listen to that, which is never really in when we're arguing with ballers, that detail. I'd be happy to take some time on that, on some of the geeky stuff we've done, why we're able to speak so confidently, yeah, and go into those details with, and this is the caveat, with people that come on that are clearly, because it's very easy to spot you guys, bullshitters, yeah, with people that are interested in learning the nuances, not like Ruif's questions, as I've outlined it, which will be spotted very easily. That would actually be very enjoyable for me to engage like that, instead of, like I say, engaging in just like ball jitsu, which is easy to do. It's like Neo in the Matrix. Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, but, yeah, it's a good idea. It's a great idea. I think that's the direction for right now. Tentatively speaking, that's the direction we're going to go on Saturday. So I think Betty's dream is going to come to fruition with just. She like that.
What's topic 1 then, Betty? What we're going to have in detail, because We're going to
Indeed.
bring detail. Yeah, well, which sphere should we bring detail? You know, I like to prepare. You know me. What we're going to pick a topic.
Sphere? Did you say sphere?
Yeah, which sphere of knowledge?
Please don't talk about spheres. It's light.
Contextualization is everything.
It's light or not. Well, just maybe go over the members that are coming on and see where they came from, how long ago, and I mean, if there would be none of the arguments that we have now, what would still make you be convinced that the Earth is flat?
That's very
Right.
interesting.
Like it.
I don't know if I can adjudicate that. You know, by proxy, Nathan's gonna have a halfer in this also.
I think that Nathan, I remember back in the day that he had all kinds of discussions with people, and he was like very skeptic in the beginning, and he was very like just not jumping on anybody's bandwagon. I can remember, and just was like, okay, and I hear this, and what about this? He was also asking many questions, like he was in a different approach to anything, as I can remember. Maybe he has a different sort of testimony for himself, but what I sort of got out of that, I thought, well, he's very like interested in the subject, but opened himself up for all kinds of arguments or stuff that people could come up with, and then evaluating that. And I think that when you came along, John, that he was just like, okay, now I get it, right? But everybody had that sort of pivotal moment, what made him turn around, okay, this is it. And some people need a visual, some people need to see how the seasons work for them to understand how it can work on a flat earth. Some people need to see how the pole star can be at different places at different times and whatever, and right, due to perspective, of course, right? But people don't know that. Some people still don't understand that. So that's the sort of things that I'm sort of after in my.
Well, what?
I-
Hold on, Adam. Hold on, Adam. What? Wouldn't that be a problem though for the show if there's not old timers around to give the circumstances around why they came to flat earth? What if the majority are new people that came with the new arguments?
Yeah. Well, then you still need to go over the old people, the old timers like you and Adam and Nathan and other people that will come in and ask them where they went, where they, right?
Yeah, but I can't ask myself. No, hold on. I can't ask myself because I came in, you know, with substantive. I already knew most of this stuff.
Yeah, but you didn't know how the work in a flat Earth.
You dropped there for a second. I didn't know what.
The seasons, how that could work on a flat Earth. You didn't care about that.
I
But
never.
care
I
about
never.
that.
It never occurred to me to even care about how the seasons worked.
Yeah, and how for example, the moon doesn't draw the sea back with the tides and
Well, I knew that.
Yeah, you knew that it was bogus, but right?
See, this is, I think, there's two sides. There's people like me, Nathan, that were out there doing silly things in the early days, making silly statements that would be so many things. I'm so glad when I did the moonlight stuff, I knew not to say experiment. I don't know why, because I've not met QE then. I knew not to use the word, and I used test. I was typing experiment because I'm programmed to do so.
Sure.
But I think if you're going to do this, there's going to be a level of, certainly for people like me, like Nathan, and I don't think Nathan will have an issue with demonstrating what we've learned on this journey. What you I say, describe me. I describe as slapping around the head with a wet fish with regards to the scientific method. Yeah, I was very egotistical in my understanding, but it was still based in this heliocentric knowledge, in this pseudoscience that was validating some of my things and keeping me on a ball still, making me struggle with it. I'd be happy to go through stuff and humble myself and show you the stuff. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
And
It could be a Nathan. Sorry to interrupt you. Now that you started saying that, this could be a whole Nathan Adams show.
Well, don't put Nathan on the spot. He doesn't even know about it.
No, but he's
They're
got
very different.
He's got insight. These are very different insights, right? Adam and Nathan. They're going to be different.
I was going to say very different routes, John. Exactly the same. But we've come together, and there's not more. We'll still have disagreements and nuanced differences, me and Nathan. But actually, there's very little to separate in our understanding of the world. In terms of what we will say is definitive and what isn't, and what we leave, open to wonder. I don't think there's a lot of, but we come from very different worlds.
Yep.
And very different flat Earth routes into this, and that we merged, and
you merged.
Our paths merged. Let me say, there was no physical merging. There has not been a physical merging between me and Mr. Oakley, nor will there ever be one. No. Let's just get that on the record. No, seriously. But you get me? It's quite a different route to the same.
Okay, you guys, you convinced me. Yeah. So that's what's going to be the show. I'm starting to get a better feel for it. Not that Betty didn't explain it appropriately the first time, but now I'm starting to get a better feel for it. I think it'll be a good show. So listen, everyone out there, go tell your friend. If you listen to the show, if you know of any old timers, tell them Ballbusters on Saturday at 2 p.m. U.S. Central. That would be 8 p.m. UK. We're gonna talk about the old-timey type of arguments, not arguments, but concepts that brought them into the flat earth without all the sophisticated arguments on different topics. I think that would be very interesting.
I think so too. Yeah.
That's what
just let people talk a little, right? And talk about what their testimonies are. And it can also help other people, right? Because they might struggle with certain stuff. They might understand the difficult stuff, but they sort of want to feel how did it get about? I mean, there was the guy that gave that little text like, I was in this flat Earth scene, and I came a couple of years later, and now we are like bizarro land in the sense of it's grown up, right? The whole argument is grown up, but he missed a lot, right?
Yes, you were in and out there, Betty.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's not your fault. I think it's a little technical difficulty. You dropped in the middle of that. What she's talking about, there was a gentleman that put it underneath one of my videos. He said that he'd about had it with all the flat Earth videos that were more or less, coloring with crayons, and he came back, and now all of a sudden these arguments are PhD level, and he really enjoyed it. And he patted himself on the back for himself recognizing it, which I thought was pretty cool. I liked it too. Go ahead.
He's very modest. And on this journey, there's lots of people you encounter. And Betty's made a number of comments, germy theories and stuff, that make you sit up and listen. Okay. And all of us on this theory on this, and I say there'll be points of embarrassment, and there's points of stuff. There's reasons we don't use arguments from all of Eric DeBay's arguments, because we went through them, and there's a reason why. And this is what I'd like to hear. If some of the newbies that are into this, 2 years, 3 years old, why don't they use all of Eric DeBay's? Why aren't they being? Have they looked into them? And there's a reason, because we did. And we knew which ones to use and which not. Certainly the railroad argument is, and differential drops. There's lots of stuff. And this is what I say, when we get into the nuances and understanding ballonomics, whatever, you know what I mean? Because that's what you had to get into, wasn't it? This fantasy world, and comprehend it fully. And not only... See, the railroad's a great one. It makes sense when DeBay describes it from, I think I'm not sure who it is. He's an 18th century dude. But actually, from a geometric point of view and a correction point of view, it's nonsense. And there's reasons we don't cite railroads now today on flat Earth debate, because we know that's not a strong argument, and we've got these arguments. It'd be good to maybe, guys, let's say, to look at what are the arguments you've joined on, or why? Is it because and I'm not blaming my own trouble here, but those that were doing the donkey work have refined the argument for us. So we're at a point today where we've got these absolutely solid arguments that respectfully people don't have to then do the background research and get the full knowledge. And that's why I said it'd be nice to share that geeky stuff that probably you wouldn't do otherwise, in the right environment, if you know what I mean.
That's part of it, Adam, but I think Betty is going for, with the show that she's not going to be on, she's going... Her desires for the show direction is to see, and you're right, I got you, Adam. I'm tracking with you because that's the direction I was going down. But hers is more with a little bit of slant towards, okay, you didn't have, you old timer, you didn't have these sophisticated arguments, but yet you were still, you knew the earth was flat. Follow?
I understand that. I would like to hear on Saturday, I would like to hear Betty's, because Betty is the first lady, the present first lady of Flat Earth.
She is.
Betty was, yeah, literally. Yeah.
I don't think Brian, you made a good point. Sorry to interrupt. You are right on point with that. Betty, stand and be recognized.
Lady Van Velsen.
Go ahead, Brian. Sorry to interrupt, but that's a very important point.
I was less direct, but to the same point, and I think there's somebody that should be there to discuss, because like I said, there's points on my journey, statements that, a certain BVV made that were very, very pertinent, particularly, like I say, with regards to you and what scientific theory is, and that one resonates with me. And I think if we're going to do these journeys, that yours is like, female voices are more important. There's so many male voices out there that it's an echo chamber in a way. They're very similar, but to hear a strong, educated female voice is for the people we're trying to reach so much more empowering. For
right.
Me
so
me
Betty, you're going to have to invite your sister. So Betty.
She's just rearranging her diary, I think.
Where'd she go? Betty. I had a jab right in your back, nowhere to be found. Where in the world? She must have a phone call or something on there. I'm highly disappointed in that.
Yeah.
Nope, she dropped. She must have had a bad connection or something.
But point stands still. Strong female voices, I think. 50% of the people we're trying to reach don't understand what a kick in the ghoulies really feels like. They talk about childbirth as if it hurts, But 50% of the people don't understand that, and I think people like Betty, and there's not many female voices out there, and if we're talking about the journey, then hers should have more impact to the majority of the viewers than most, I think. And I'd love to hear it, and I'd love to reschedule a diary. Is it with her sister? There she goes. I reiterated the point, Betty.
Sorry, I was out because my modem broke down in the middle of the conversation.
It would have to break down right in the middle after Adam and Brian giving you so many kudos, a smart, intelligent, educated woman, and I said, yeah, Betty, you're going to have your sister on the show.
Because she's more educated than me, She's not a boss, so that's good.
But they're, you know what? And they're right. And thanks, Brian, and thanks, Adam, for bringing this up. You are the first lady of Flat Earth.
I think I was, yes.
No, you are. I literally and figuratively, you are. I think you need to be out here more often, especially Saturday.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. We're not just blowing sunshine. You are actually the first lady of Flat Earth, whether you like it or not.
I think I need to listen back to the bit that I just missed because something is off.
No, something's not off. You're off.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Let's wrap it up. Go ahead, First Lady. You wrap it up. You go ahead and take us home.
I already did.
No, you didn't. Do it again.
Do it again. So next Saturday, Ballbusters. So people, please, audience, get your kids and family together because we're going to go over. They are going to go over all arguments and what got people to Flat Earth without even getting to this sophisticated Flat Earth stuff. So I hope that will be a great show. And I'm still working on presentations because it's a little, long in the tooth. I think that I need to break them up in smaller pieces and get them ready. But when I do, I will be presenting a couple of weeks after one another, hopefully, if John doesn't get his bow obsession into a top mode.
It's all about the weather, baby.
What?
It's all about the weather, baby.
Yeah, so pray, people, that it will be snowstorms like to the middle of summer.
Yeah. All right. Is that it? Farewell to the crowd, Betty. Go for it.
Farewell to the crowd, right?
Make something up. Do something. I want to get on out of here.
I'll give you something. So on Saturday, I was used to when Donald Trump's wife was often called the Flotus. I look forward to the Flofi description of her journey on Saturday, which is the First Lady of Flat Earth.
You'll look forward to that, won't you, Adam?
I genuinely, yeah, because it'll be an interesting story. Because Betty's an educated woman, and as much as you might have had an influence, you weren't the reason, were you? You know what I mean? And so to actually hear that will be quite interesting.
Are you talking to me?
To be honest, Adam, Quantum Eraser called me in one of his shows and things that an uneducated woman was.
Whoa! Cut! That was a. Do you know?
I'm live, for crying out loud.
That was a misspeak.
Yeah, but you never corrected and said anything about it.
I said I was sorry about that. It was just a plain misspeak. It was innocent. It just came out the wrong way.
Yeah. It's now a record for the rest of my life.
It is, but people don't know where it is.
And the corrections here. I've just heard another correction now here. And you might have missed it, but I've not blown that much smoke in a long time. Neither me or Brian, even if you did drop. So, yeah.
So
you're a legend, mate. And I like I said, there's no point us guys turning up doing the same old. If I want to listen to something, I don't want to hear Brian's journey. I know Nathan's journey. Yeah. But if I had an interest, I'd love to, like I say, to know how you got here before you met QE. Because that's the important bit. Because we all know that journey, what he brought to us, and that firming up. Yeah. But where we get to that point, I think, before we all come together, as I was talking, on a solidified point, which is actually what QE, and I'm gonna blow a bit of smoke here, brings to us all. That kick, that, as I described earlier, that slap round the head with a wet fish of what scientific method is and was and what you were taught, not what you then went on to believe. Yeah, we all know that. But to get before we got to that, I think would be the interesting bit. And I say your journey, I'd love to hear because
yep, and you're gonna hear her journey, the full story, Saturday.
No. You guys.
Sorry, Betty.
Go on, Brian.
I just want to say that what I think the audience would be most impressed by, which it would be most impressive, it's the most impressive part for me, is that the fact that there was just you And it doesn't matter if you're male, female. It was just you and 2 or 3 other people, and you still weren't scared to say, it's not a globe.
Yeah.
Regardless of how many people were against the idea, which was basically everyone at the time.
Yeah. Well, for me, 2014, right? It happened.
Yeah.
So-
First lady. First lady. Take us home.
I already did. I'm not going to be on the show on Saturday.
What?
No. Not.
Okay, then get ready. If you're not on the show, your desired show for Monday, it'll be Tuesday. Next Tuesday, mark it on your calendar, folks. It is going to be the First Lady of Flat Earth, her story.
I think my story is short.
Yep, we're going to make it elongated. We'll have Adam on, and he'll elongate it.
4
I
hours.
can guarantee I could do that anytime. Anytime. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, you guys. Okay.
All right.
Well, just make a show a little bit. Go over your stuff and maybe go over things that you never dared investigate. Right?
It's like talking to a baller, John, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like talking to a baller. You've said something and they've completely disregarded
Exactly.
the words that came out of your mouth.
Exactly, Adam. Thank you.
Escape, Adam, for crying out loud. Give me the escape.
Yeah, you're not getting it. I'll give you the escape because I'm closing out. So, great show today, guys. Everyone tune in for BALLBUSTERS this Saturday. I know you've been listening to the build up to the show. Let's see how it goes. Let's go in that direction. Let's see what comes of it. And then remember, next Tuesday, the First Lady of Flat Earth, her in-depth story. Don't miss it, guys. Out.